time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go viral.
We all here blacked out today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You said we black? Oh, everybody all black, huh? Yeah.
Except for this nigga.
It's crazy because he noticed that white started looking better on camera. Yeah.
The black cool. I just had I hate even wearing shorts on camera now. Looking crazy.
Nigga, you used to love that shit. Cuz thought you was doing hella squats when you showed You see
Oh, you need to do the little thing. Oh, you got it.
Oh yeah, the clap, huh? We can't even get none of that.
Nah, I can get all of it now. I just gotta have a clap in there somewhere.
Did you get the program? You looked into the shit that Rios was talking about yet?
Nah, I ain't looked into it. Hey, and today, I don't care if you curse. Let's just try to alleviate the amount of cursing because YouTube's starting to really crack down on that. Like they tripping on everything right now. Okay. I don't know what they on. They hitting us with the yellow with every video. You know, that slow down them putting you in the algorithm. Unless you dissing somebody. If you diss somebody, it don't matter if it's green or yellow for some reason. They throw it out there.
They changed the algorithm, huh? They changed the algorithm up, huh?
I don't know if they necessarily changed it, but I'm noticing a lot of videos are starting to get squeezed by the system because even MacWap and them are starting to say like their views went way down. You know, they got almost 100,000 subscribers or something like that, and they video up for 6 hours stuck at 690 views.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Then you come back the next day, it'll spike up to about 6,000, then like peg out somewhere around 14. Even No Jumper is like they're pegging out around 30, 40,000, and they got how many millions?
Yeah, almost 5 million.
So I don't know what YouTube is doing if they want you to do the pay to play, but they're not letting anybody, I don't care how big your platform is, unless you're Joe Rogan, access 100% of your subscribers. You know, Joe Rogan hit 1 million in 2 minutes.
Yeah, but I was seeing that too. They was saying like if you paying, that YouTube is doing more for you. Yeah. They putting you through the algorithm more. So that's probably what it is. They want their bread.
Because, you know, they go live on Twitch to get their chili first, and then they come over to YouTube.
And post it on there, or you just go live on there?
I think they do both. They go live, and then they post it to there. So I'm going to start looking at utilizing Twitch. And everybody been asking us to go live. They want to interact with us with these conversations because as you're watching it, you want to give your input. So we're going to start doing that for the fans.
That live going to take it off.
Yeah.
We actually started doing the lives first.
A while ago,
back. Because really, they start upping them prices. And I'm like, this ain't making sense to the amount of viewers that's coming in, you know. But now that our
and he was shutting the shit off. Niggas be going for 2 hours ago. It was already shut off. They was turning it off for us, too. So that was another thing they kept doing.
Facts. It didn't make sense at the moment. But now it makes sense. But what's the deal, man? We got a full house today. What's going on? Show back in the building.
Baby, you
what's
already
the word? You know, we got Kali back in the building.
How y'all feeling?
Messiah the Great here to lead the way. He back in the building. And of course, you got the host that do the most, Mr. Viral himself, a.k.a. the villain, because they hate me for my opinion. But they've been loving our opinions lately. So what's up, fellas? What we on?
Man, we on that. What y'all feel about that tank fight, man?
Bullshit to me.
Look, first 2 minutes, cuz got the curse.
Man,
hey, ask it again. Rewind. Man. What you feel about that tank fight?
I think it was...
Man, he did his Colin Kaepernick. He took a knee on us, homie. He took a knee on us, homie. That's what he did.
Did he take a knee or did he take a knee or did he get put down?
He got wobbled a little bit.
He got bobbled. He stepped back, took a knee because he was greasy, man. Too much hair grease in the braids, homie.
Hey, that's what he said, huh?
That's what he said, bro.
But
he took his head out the ring, wiped my face off. They didn't know what was going on. It looked bad for Tank on that.
But the ref allowed him to do it.
But he's not supposed to, though.
He's not supposed to.
But the ref allowed him.
You know, when you're a superstar, you got to get away with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like how LeBron James can hit you and he don't get called as many fouls as someone else that's lesser known. So I think it was a little favoritism. I think Tank need to step his game up a little more.
But we all know when it comes to boxing, you have to really beat the champ. If it comes to a close match, they're not going to take.
That's why it was a unanimous draw on that. Pretty much.
Draw is crazy work. I feel like if you're going to give a draw, go another round. It's boxing. Make them fight again. Go fight another round. Wow, they need to change them rules on that. It should never be a draw when it comes to a fight.
Whether that was true or not, Tank is not the best speaker in the world. So that's also to
name
me.
a boxer who can speak well.
But that's what made it even worse. Like he couldn't even explain it right. And he was like, "What y'all booing me for? Like I'm giving y'all the real."
He basically saying like, because y'all looking at it like he making excuses. But
we don't want to hear that shit though after the fight.
The whole point is exactly, Tank, you shouldn't have said it. But I do understand you as a man with hair. Grease can't come down your stuff. But it's like, you the champ. The fight was over. It was no point in saying that because now people looking at you like you shouldn't have made no excuses.
So next fight,
you didn't lose.
You're supposed to lose points for that, though.
With the baby mama ponytail or something like that with no grease.
Nah, just get it.
So no excuse.
Hey, deep condition before the fight, bro.
No,
Just let it air dry.
Get it braided, and you ain't got to put pounds of grease. That's all. He said she stacked up grease on his head and it came down. So.
That's a crazy excuse to take a knee to me.
Man.
I think Mayweather lost points for that too.
Down, like I don't understand.
He wasn't even. I don't think he was even explaining the knee part. He was just saying like he had grease in his eye. That's why he went to get the towel. Like so.
He could have used his
shout
glove
out to both of them.
degree.
Shout out to Roach, man.
Yeah, Roach
did his thing, and this is what people don't understand. They've been growing up together in the boxing area. So Roach had a better fight with Tank because he knows how Tank fights. So they grew up fighting each other. So that's a lot of difference why you seen Tank didn't do the explosive that we used to seeing because they know each other. You're gonna respect them as a fighter and know it can go left or right for either person.
They robbed, bro. And even Roach spoke about that, saying that in the 12th round, he was told by Tank, I don't know how true it is or not, but he was like, I was told by Tank that I'm not going to win.
They're not going to give it to you.
They're not going to give it to you regardless. So if that's the case, then, I think at this point, though, sports is rigged, right? It's always probably been rigged, but at this point, it's undeniable, in my opinion, especially with boxing.
Sports been rigged, but I think Tank knew he lost, and that's why he jumped out there so fast to say, like, we can run it back.
But Tank, I don't even think Tank really want to run it back at this point. I think Tank kind of want to just take that draw and keep it pushing because the real rumor is he want to fight one of the Paul brothers. Because they talking about that's why he was in attendance at the fight.
Which is
so
crazy.
basically that's gonna be a money grab, which we all feel like is gonna be a rigged situation. You know what I'm saying? Now it's starting to become like WWE. It's like entertainment. It's no longer like competitive sport.
The only difference I think because when Jake Paul fought Tyson, Tank Ben hopped out there and basically was talking about he'll whoop him and stuff like that. And he was basically saying it didn't have to be all about the money grab, and he got money. So. Hopefully, if they do set that up, Tank just get out there and do what he needs to do. But I think they're going to run it back. They got to because as a fighter like that, with the pride they got, it's like we're not leaving this with no draw. Like, if I feel like I can get the best of you, we're going to run it back.
My thing with Tank and Paul is that it's weight classes for a reason. Tank is a better boxer, but
135, though.
In my opinion, it's going to be rigged regardless because a nigga is 5'2" fighting a nigga that's 5'10", 5'11". It's not going to work out.
I don't care.
Hey, hold on.
It's not going to work out.
You could put... If you put one of them small UFC fighters or boxer that's 5'3", 5'4", they still gonna do damage to somebody that's 5'10", 5'11" out here on the streets.
I just think it's weight classes for a reason.
Well, it's on the streets. Paul technically is a trained fighter at this point. He's been training for at least 5 years. Not saying he's as good as Tank, but he's just not some defenseless guy off the street.
I'm not saying
he actually knows how to box.
He's not boxing.
I think anybody that comes into contact with Paul is taking the L for bread. We done seen
for sure. They definitely taking it for the bread. What did y'all think of the actual Tank fight, though? Like, round for round, what's y'all breakdown on the actual combat that ensued in the fight?
I think Roach won.
So I believe Roach won in the later rounds. Tank, it was a back and forth because they were thumping. Tank started to kind of edge out the end. Again, that knockdown should have been considered a knockdown when he took a knee because at the end of the day, that gives you an extra point. So that would have gave him 10. That would have gave Roach that extra advantage, and I think that would have put him over. For the ref not to call that a knockdown was crazy work.
And he had him. I don't know what round it was, but he had him stumbling again.
Yeah, that was like in the later rounds, like in the championship rounds.
When they showed the highlights, Tank got a lot of clear, good shots on him too. When you go read back and watch it, I think Tank was doing better to me in the end. I think Roach was controlling the fight for the most majority of it.
I love boxing, bro. I just feel like boxing is like a dying sport right now because we're not getting the fights that we want, like with the Canelo Crawford fight. It just seemed like it's even when Pacquiao and Manny and Mayweather was supposed to fight in their prime, it just seemed like the fights that the fans want, we never get at the time when it's supposed to be build up to be as the champions, the best of the best. They don't ever fight each other, man. So I think at this point, it's like a dying sport at this point now.
Because everybody want their record. Everybody want that 50-0.
Stevenson said he ready to squabble Tank. Yeah. So we'll see if they ever get that fade out the way.
Everybody's chasing undefeated.
My bad, not to cut you
No, you
off.
good.
I said money taints everything. Everything that's worth anything, when the money gets involved, too much politics get involved. Because they don't care what the fans want. They care what's going to make the most money. So if I'm a fighter, I want to get the fans this fight. But if I can go fight dude because the sport want me to fight him and they're going to pay me more, common sense, I'm going to go fight him because at the end of the day, every fight could be my last. So I'm trying to get the biggest ticket every single fight. So I just don't see anybody fighting Jake Paul and getting a real fight. Like Kali pointed out, it's all going to be some manipulation, some type of clause in the contract. It's going to be some goofiness involved. It's not going to be a straight up the middle boxing fight.
For y'all to feel like Tank wouldn't get a win on Jake Paul, but Jake Paul is the person that comes with these criterias. He's the one. So for him to be a so-called trained fighter, no, I don't care. But for him to be a so-called trained fighter, why are you putting these things in to make sure you're safe?
I don't think he's a so-called trained fighter. I don't believe it's real boxing at all.
Well,
I've said that from the jump.
I've said it from the jump. He's trained. We're not saying he's the best, but he's personally don't think he's that good. If you train for 5 years, you're a trained fighter.
You could train for 5 years. I'm telling you, you could go hit the bag and do combinations on the pads, but you're not fighting anybody that's a real fight. So to me, if you don't get in there with an Olympian or somebody who came up,
sparring and doing sparring over years and time, you're training. You're learning how to box.
So I'm gonna tell you this, like even with, let's just talk about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is a damn good fighter. We all recognize that, but he doesn't bring the savant or that excitement to boxing that people want. Everybody want to see who he's going to fight. Mayweather. Even if you hated him, we still wanted to see if he was going to lose. Even if you hate him, you still ordered the fight. What I'm saying is, Jake Paul is a guy who's bringing the crowd. So that's why he's the A-side fighter. He has the entertainment. I mean, he got famous off of YouTube. Him and his brother, he was a Disney kid. What I'm saying is he brings such of a bigger crowd that people will watch and see.
I'm not knocking that. But what I'm saying is that we got people that have competed in Golden Gloves, the Olympics.
They don't bring what he brings.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if it's the real deal or not. You could bring all that if you want.
Nobody cares about the real deal, fam.
I get what you're saying, but that's why I don't. But that's why I don't feel like Jake Paul is a real boxer at the end of the day. So I'm not talking about the fans and everything else. I'm just talking about from a boxing standpoint. When he was saying Jake Paul brings this criteria, I'm saying that because he's not a real boxer. A real boxer be like, I'll
Taylor
fight
Swift
you.
Is not a real
we'll
Chiefs
catch a
fan,
fade.
but guess what? She up there every time, and all Swifties is now Chiefs fans.
I'll say this: without the criterias, Tank is whooping Jake Paul.
Yeah, facts.
I'm not even doubting that. All I'm saying is he's still not just someone off the street. Like he has real trainers, some of the best trainers in the world, and he's been training behind the scenes for at least 5 or 6 years. So that's not someone that's untrained.
The point I was trying to make, it wasn't even about nobody being off the street. I was just using an example. I was just saying that the size don't matter, especially when it comes to a skilled, trained fighter like Gervonta.
Well, size doesn't matter. Size doesn't matter when skills equal. When skill isn't equal. Once skills equal, size matters. Yeah, that's the only reason I was saying. Well, he is trained. I'm not saying to his degree,
but even that to me is no. What's understood ain't got to be explained because we know he's not as skilled as Gervonta. So for me, I didn't even have to even say that.
As skilled, or is he skilled enough?
He's not as skilled.
With the size difference.
In my opinion, when he fought Tommy Fury, which was the only professional kind of boxer he fought, he got worked. So that's my whole point. Like but they were the same size. So with Tank, it ain't gonna be for one, they're not the same size, they're not the same weight. I just don't see it being a real fight.
Is the same size as Paul.
He's shorter than Paul, for sure.
But I'm saying as far as weight class, though, they can be in there together, and Canelo will dog him.
Yeah.
Canelo's heavyweight.
He's not heavy, but he's
he walks around like
165.
No, that's how much he fights at, bro. He walks around like 180, bro.
Probably, yeah.
He got a cut. He always got a cut.
He could work him, but that's also. I look at Tank. He's just too little. He's too little to fight Jake Paul.
See, what you don't understand, a nigga chin don't lift weights. This is what people fail to realize. If Tank catching one of them lefts, he going down.
I get it, but I just think we want to see Tank fight somebody else, man. Either he need to get back in the ring with Roach, or I say
we'll fight Shakur.
I'd rather see him fight Shakur or running back with Roach. They can run it. I think if they run it back, they shouldn't wait a year and all that. They should just go a few months and run it right back.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fight. I was tired. I'm not gonna lie. These early mornings, they be having me down 7 p.m. It be feeling like midnight. So I tried to stay up for the fight. I really tried. But
no, you ain't.
I said I'll wake up and watch the highlights. I didn't even get a chance to do that.
Got the itis down because he has some marathon burgers, homie. You probably went to go get something to eat. Trip it up.
Hey, I had to represent for the marathon today because we'll get into that. But before we even get to that, I gotta say, rest in peace to Angie Stone.
Yeah,
she died in a car accident, and Gene Hackman and his wife were both found deceased in their home. And to me, it was some strange, how do I say this, details around their deaths, because Angie Stone, interview that she had, I don't know if this how recent this was.
3 months ago.
3 months ago, where she talked about, man, my whole career, I never got paid for my royalties. So now that I guess my lawyer started looking at it, or she started looking at it, she was owed a lot of money for her royalties, and then bang, car accident. And then Gene Hackman and his wife, you know, the whole Epstein list and the rumors surrounding their names involved with that. Once they said, you know, part of the list is going to come out, bam, all of a sudden they deceased in their homes. And I believe one of the news outlets immediately jumped out there and said, well, there's no foul play. And then everybody was looking like, wait a minute, y'all didn't even investigate yet. Yeah. So why would you even throw that out there?
Y'all already trying to control the narrative.
Yeah, they already trying to control the narrative. And then they said they were likely dead for 9 days before he and his wife were found. So they've been in the house about a week and some change. Nobody found them. To me, both deaths were mysterious, and they say death comes in threes. So here goes 3 of them. What y'all think about this?
And on top of that, she was on her way to perform at a show.
I know.
So to make her think like she was going to do something crazy, they had to be watching her. But this is the thing. I don't understand why time and time again they don't learn. Move in silence when it comes to this. People, everybody ain't taking y'all threats lightly. Especially these people that's behind these scenes. They already done fucked you. And now they waited for the day probably when you was coming to do this. Ain't no telling who was watching her. Could have ran her off the road or did all type of shit.
It was 9 people in a Sprinter van. She was the only one that passed away.
Oh, see that now that gets even more fishy.
She was the only one that it was out of 9.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, it was.
So was it really the accident that did it?
You never know.
Or was the accident to cover up to slip some undetectable, and get her up out of here? So we're not paying you them royalties.
Because they tested Gene Hackman and his wife for carbon monoxide poisoning and it came back negative. So it's also like they thought that maybe that was a thing. He was in the closet when they found him. She was somewhere else. Yeah. So it's weird. But look into an actor, Randy Quaid. He's been fighting these types of cases and trying to expose something he calls the star whackers, which is an unknown conglomerate of people that go around whacking Hollywood actors and singers because they want to get their checks. So at this point in time, you can't put it past it, right? Like I think there's enough people that have had mysterious deaths that when you look a few months back, a year back, they have been in some sort of turmoil with a label or with some sort of business over their funds or their royalties for a period of time, and then something happens. They get found in a tub with fentanyl next to them, or they had a heroin needle next to them, or they flip in a car, or left eye go over here. There's so many different things that take place leading up to their death, and then we just brush it under the rug like it was what they said it was.
This is what I don't like that they do. They always expose it. And when they expose it, you just opened up. Y'all not playing chess in real life, because once you expose it, now they can figure out many ways to come after you. And then when you expose these people, you never know who they doing business deals with that you could be fucking over. So you could be, in a sense, changing their whole life. So they're going to silence you for that permanently.
Yeah, so to come out and say, my whole career, basically, I weren't paid royalties. That's a lot of money, because she's a Grammy-nominated, Grammy-winning legend in the game. You know that's some millions, that's some M's, and this is what they mean by when you sign your soul on that contract. You get in here, you get the deal, you get the glamour, you get the glitz, and then when you look at the fine print, oh, damn, I got fucked over. Then you go tell the world, and you got these alleged celebrity whackers whacking you. Or you jump out there and show your hand, and instead of playing chess, like Messiah said, you're playing checkers, because Paul Walker jumps out there and says, he's been investigating this pedophilia ring, this child sex trafficking, and we know that is the biggest money-making organization, if you want to call it, in the world. It makes more than all professional sports combined. We did a whole episode on this, so y'all can go look those numbers up. It's making astronomical amounts of money. So for you to come out there and say you got a movie coming that's going to expose it, and then all of a sudden he gets out of here in a car crash and he stars in a movie around driving cars, it's like they sending messages like, yeah, we gonna whack you and we gonna make fun of, you know what I'm saying, the way you die. Like, yeah, you got famous off driving cars, bam, car crash. I don't believe in coincidences, bro. So if y'all are gonna be out here exposing whatever's going on, just drop it. Don't say you about to drop it. Why does every time y'all finna expose something, y'all come to Twitter, y'all come to Instagram, y'all come to Facebook, knowing that they watching y'all? You got how many examples of people getting whacked for speaking before they act? Just drop it.
I think they all think, and that could be a superiority complex that the celebrities and actors have, where they think that their word matters more at that point, that they're going to gain some type of notoriety or change from speaking out to the media. And they probably feel like, well, that ain't going to be me. Or they believe the same lies that a lot of regular people believe, right? Like maybe they did die over overdose. Maybe they did die in a car accident. They might not believe that what's really going on is going on, either out of the superiority complex or a subconscious fear of, that's too scary for me to believe. So
these people are caught up in their feelings. And loose lips sink ships every time. It does not matter. You speaking on it and you giving away your moves and the way you can't move strategically no more. And now you just alerted these people that you coming after them. Well, they probably for years thought it was over with. Probably didn't even have a clue. And then one day you wake up and I feel like they be trying to rally people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You trying to rally people. Yep. You want the world to know, and especially with social media, it can get tricky. So it's like, don't move like that and nothing you doing. That's why they tell you, even when you got ideas or certain things, don't speak on it because that negative energy will overpower it.
And it's like, what can the world do for you really at this point in time?
I don't know if it's
about the world. It's just about the exposure.
And I think they think that the other people who is behind that smoke and mirrors program is gonna rally with them. Like, oh shit, he's about to let me join the cause. And every time they're sitting back, seeing if you can accomplish it, and then they see you get whacked, and then they're like, nah, I ain't taking a part in that.
And like you say, but even the people behind it, you never know who they connected to. They probably been doing this to so many people for years. Like, damn, we got another problem. What we gonna do about it? How we gonna handle it? They probably in the back negotiating about it.
Because look at Isaac Cappy. He came out there and he admitted, man, I was a part in this, but I can't even sleep at night no more. And he jumped out there and got the name and everybody in Hollywood that's involved. And he was found on the side of the road, suicided. And then you look into the details in the Isaac Cappy thing and the Tom Hanks connection with the weird Instagram cryptid posts and the glove and the. If anybody who is into that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to say too much on YouTube to get flagged, but it was strange occurrences with the Isaac Cappy thing. And he jumped out there and literally said names, literally said locations, said who's in charge of this, what they're doing, and nobody gives a fuck. Roseanne, I don't know how she's still alive because she's been saying the same thing. She done literally came out and said, yes, they eating babies, they drinking the blood, all the rumors is true. They got these cults, they doing this, and nobody give a damn about what Roseanne is saying.
Did y'all see The Rock on Saturday Night Live?
No, I didn't see
the pizza thing?
You know, he had the robot and he's talking about he made a robot basically for to touch kids and all that stuff.
To eat kids and exactly. Matter of fact, your boy Meek Mills, he might be trying to get himself out of here. He jumped out there and said, yeah, I got a new song coming called Pizzagate.
Yeah, he's
if anybody knows what Pizzagate is, look into Obama spending $65,000 on pizza and hot dogs for the White House. And if you look at the code word for pizza and hot dogs, it's kids, it's boys and girls. So they're saying he spent $65,000 allegedly to fly in boys and girls to do whatever at the White House. And then they had the leak emails of people saying, hey, bro, you tripping. We got secret locations for this. So Pizzagate is a whole nother rabbit hole conspiracy that you guys can go down, and that'll take you to Frazzle Drip. That'll take you to Hillary Clinton. That'll take you to many things. That'll take you to Disneyland and the tunnels.
The secret gauge,
bro,
Wayfair, all that shit.
Man, it's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
You know what's crazy?
I was on that.
I remember I was out the country somewhere and we were just driving. They had like this random Nickelodeon spot. Like, I don't know where it was at. I'm like, why they even got Nickelodeon out here? I mean, it was like it's way in some field somewhere. I didn't really think too much into it. I'm like, they probably got some shit going on over here.
In there, huh? Yeah.
Because it wasn't no hotel or nothing. It just had a big old Nickelodeon thing, and it was just like ducked off. Like,
I think a lot of these people too, they don't even realize they most precious confidant, the person that's right next to them, is probably a part of the conglomerate that is giving, passing information about he's here, he's gonna do this. This is his everyday routine, and that's how they infiltrate him and kill him slowly, or how they get to him.
So if you. Oh, my bad.
No, you good.
I thought you was my bad not to cut you off. I be trying to time it. So if you have X, there's a person on X who interviews alleged whistleblowers who were either born into these cults, who were kidnapped and raised and escaped these cults. She's had her ex taken down several times. I see his back up. Her name is Emma Catherine at the Emmapreneur. So if you go follow her, she has interviews 3-4 hours of people talking about just this or what we talking about and exposing the type of things that go on, and it's crazy. A lot of these kids were born into families that's doing this, and they like 5 and getting exposed, and the family's making them be a part of the rituals, and it's deep. It's deep. So if you believe in that kind of stuff, that's a good page to follow and listen to some of them interviews. It's crazy work.
Sheesh.
Don't get quiet now. Yeah, don't get quiet now.
Man, it got deep, bro.
You niggas spooked.
Ain't
No,
nobody-
no,
You niggas like, I'm not finna be next on that list.
Nah,
Let me
I'm
just
saying
shut the
had
fuck
nothing to say.
up.
We already said everything about the
Yeah.
other stuff, so I ain't worried about nothing.
Okay, so we got to get into the topic of the day. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Facts.
As you can see, I got my marathon clothing on, and it's official. We got the marathon M on there, so shout out to Nip. Recently, they were opening, what's the burger stand?
Marathon.
The Marathon Burger, excuse me. They opened grand opening of another Marathon Burger. Blacc Sam, he up there. He got the All Money Ends up there. He got a crowd of LA supporters up there. And Rockstar, who's an online character in a sense, he be on Clubhouse with Whack 100. And we all know Whack 100 went on a whole Nipsey Hussle smear campaign over the last year or so, starting with his comments about Nipsey not being a legend in the game or a musical legend. And then it went from that to him getting into it with Big U and some of the 6-0s, to him talking about he has a rainbow sex tape of Nipsey Hussle and he'll expose it if they keep trying to press him. The tape never came out. They told him put the tape out, whatever. They done had some run-ins where it got physical, and Whack talk about he drew down on him, like all the shit, right? So the whole time this is going on, Rockstar is steady having Whack on Clubhouse to talk about this. So he done came on Clubhouse and talked about these type of things. And the whole time, Blacc Sam is sitting there watching this because, according to Rockstar, him and Blacc Sam and Nip, they know each other from before this, from when they was kids. He said their families know each other. He actually sat down and had lunch with Blacc Sam when he was going to start working with Whack because he was aware of what Whack was saying. And he said Blacc Sam wasn't feeling it then, but he said, man, just handle your business or whatever the case. So he shows up, tries to blend in with the marathon jumpsuit. Blacc Sam immediately, what you doing here? You over there kikiing and ha-haing with, he didn't say Whack's name, but we all know he was talking about Whack.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what you doing here? Anybody play with bro, you supposed to smash him. So you can hear Rockstar saying, you know, I'm not with that. I don't even fuck with cuz like that and woo woo. And Blacc Sam said, nigga, well, did you get cracking? Did you get cracking? What you talking about, bro? Get cracking. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody here with me, they getting cracking, nigga. So anybody bad talking, bro, you was supposed to get cracking. Matter of fact, nigga, get up out of here, go get cracking and then come back. Go do something and then come back. Cause I don't know what you on, nigga. Woo woo, Rockstar, like, hey, can we talk over here? You know, they went across the street, he escorted them like you escort your kids to prom. And then he went back into the grand opening of the burger. And here we are. Whack and Rockstar both have responded to it online. But before we get to their responses, what y'all think about what happened? Did Blacc Sam go too far or did he stand on business?
You never go too far when it come to your brother, especially one as big as Nipsey. And on top of that, Blacc Sam been that way before Nipsey was gone. So he gonna stand 10 toes about his brother. And Blacc Sam is a thorough nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't go too far, cause at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like if he told Cuz to go fuck with him, that was just like a test to see what side you really was gonna stand on. Because any nigga talking about you is not finna be, you not finna be talking, you not finna be nothing, nigga. You my enemy off the dribble, and you should know I'm coming like that. So that's how Blacc Sam is standing. So shout out to Blacc Sam, man, because he's still keeping Nipsey name alive and straight.
I don't think Blacc Sam is wrong for doing what he did. I think he's wrong for doing it where he did it. I think that it was supposed to be about the Marathon Burger. It's supposed to be about the grand opening. It was supposed to be about what the marathon is and Nipsey Hussle's legacy being further and being on a bigger scale. And now what this moment was is ultimately going to overshadow the grand opening. Now, in my opinion, you could have had the 6'5" security guard, whoever you had there from the set, go and escort him from the premises. You're the face of the business now. You cannot be seen, in my opinion, I don't care what niggas say, you cannot be seen interacting this way on Melrose, where we know is a high-class place where they don't want niggas anyway. You could have got him out of there, and then you could have did whatever you had to do later on. Don't let somebody that nobody knows, that's not important, fuck up your chili or overshadow the moment that this was supposed to be. We have to stop mixing the streets with business. Because, okay, he could have did all that. Cool, he still on business. It only takes a couple of niggas to get in one nigga's ear. His ego get bruised. He gets some heat. He come back. He does some crazy shit. And then we would have been like, oh, man, R.I.P. Blacc Sam. We lost another one. But that's the same shit that happened with Nipsey. Bro had paperwork. You're supposed to check that. It is what it is. But bro's ego got hurt. Bro came back, did what he did, and we lost somebody because of it. So at what point do we stop mixing the streets with business? It's no place for it. If you didn't want him there, you could have had somebody else get him there. Get him out of there. You're the face of the business. You have to act like it. I get that the emotions are running high. It's the grand opening. Nip is probably on the front of your mind because of that. But don't let some no-name nigga fuck that up and overshadow the moment, because that's all people are going to talk about now.
It's easy for you to say that.
It's not easy for me to say it. It's the right thing niggas should have did.
You assume that because you not in the streets. And if you knew
That's my point.
If you knew this nigga all your life, you're going to talk to him as a man first. You want to talk to him. And on top of that, let's not act like if that was the same type of situation, Nipsey probably would have been pressing the same way, regardless of what business and things he was at. So Blacc Sam, being who he is, felt like he needed to be the one to check him. Even when you seen the people in front of him, he like, no, bro, I got this. Like, it is what it is.
I understand what you're saying.
It still was a successful experience for people that went out there. A lot of people still enjoyed it. The block was still around the corner. Didn't nothing really happen. It was just a talk between men, an aggressive conversation. Didn't nobody get stomped. Didn't nobody get slapped. Didn't nothing else really happen other than, like he said, escorted her across the street.
Short, what's your take on it?
So kind of, so he stood on business off top, but like you said, now we about business, bro. Timing is everything. I don't even think Blacc Sam should even get that dude the energy to even raise his voice. He shouldn't even been talking above whisper to this cat. He should have been like, look, bro, you already know what it is. We ain't got nothing to say. Your business is not welcome here, and walked away. He shouldn't even gave him that energy like that, bro. It's a time and place for everything. Right now, we about this Marathon Burger. They had Big Boy there. They had YG. It's bigger than Old Boy. We can highlight him anytime. He got my number. You can highlight me at a different time. Right now, I'm not even about to give you this energy. Yeah, we grew up together and all that, but it's a time and place for everything. Highlight me later on, homie. This is about bro. This is about the marathon. Homie, this is bigger than all of us. You ain't even on this scale, bro. You just want to be seen at the end of the day.
And I feel like if you wanted to talk to bro, you could have done it off camera. Like, it's just so much going on. There's so many people there.
Clout.
Yeah, it's like
but
it's
hold
like
on,
you
I
just,
ain't gonna
say he did it
and
for
then
clout.
you got bro.
I'm
not gonna say he did it for clout.
A random white person across the street was recording this. It ain't like you just know a camera is there. Of course, you know cameras is gonna be out there.
Grand opening.
Yeah,
You know cameras gonna be out there.
You're gonna know they're gonna be out there, but you're not doing this
To me, it's
strictly
just-
off of
No,
that.
it's cameras gonna be at that location. The first day grand open, it's gonna be cameras everywhere. It's gonna be somebody just, hey, I'm happy to be at Marathon. It's gonna always be a camera on the grand opening.
But I'll say this. Nip and Blacc Sam both have a reputation of standing on business right where their business is at. So this is not like it's out of pocket or anything unusual. We've been hearing this is his character from people that know them. And Blacc Sam ain't from 60s, but Nip is his brother. So this is bigger than the gangbanger stuff, because Rockstar was saying, well, Blacc Sam don't even bang, so I don't even know why he really got on that with me like that. Y'all got to understand, everything ain't content for everybody. This is the problem. This is what we've been preaching on this show for I don't know how long, and y'all still not getting it, that certain lines that are crossed in the content, everybody's not just gonna accept that it's just content in the real world. This is my real brother in real life, nigga, since kids. This nigga is smearing my brother's real name. My deceased brother is no longer content after that. Y'all could have left the conversation at, I believe he's not a legend. That's your opinion. That's your right to have that. Other people may agree or disagree. I don't think he was crashing out behind that. But once you get to talking about, oh yeah, you know, I really did this for Nip, and Nip reputation ain't really that. And by the way, I got a rainbow sex tape with him. Now okay, what's your angle with that? Because this ain't got nothing to do with music no more. You trying to spite Big U and the 6 O's that's coming at you, and you using Nipsey, the face of it, to try to tear them down. But nigga, he got kids out here, he got family out here. You're not really thinking about none of that. Whether you had the tape or not, that never needed to be mentioned, just for the fact of what he represents as a beacon of hope to the streets of LA and the streets everywhere. So even if you had that info, whether you did or not, should have never been mentioned, period. And then it's like Rockstar, nigga, you talking about, you know, Nip and his family, so why you allowing somebody that's saying those type of things on your platform? At that point, you niggas can't draw a line between the integrity and content because you want to get on so bad, you willing to overlook someone dragging your dead homie's name through the media in that type of way, and you know what type of nigga Nip was. Nip wouldn't even stand next to a nigga if it was vice versa, if y'all was cool with him, because we already seen how Nip moved through the industry. So he's not picking industry dealings over his integrity, nigga. He done already told niggas, I'll go to jail and all that. Jail ain't nothing for me, niggas. I'm about respect. So for you to tuck all that away just to get some clout with Wack is crazy to me. And if you go listen to his response, a key point which proves everything I'm saying was he said, you know, Blacc Sam asked me, well, what's the goal for your platform? What's the end game? What do you want it to represent? Because doing this with Wack, like, what are you trying to get out of this? And he said he didn't have an answer. He didn't know why he was doing content. And that's 99% of these niggas. Niggas want clout. Niggas want a viral moment. Niggas don't have no end game. Ninjas don't have
no substance.
They don't care. They just try to find the messiest story that they can and try to get clicks and reactions. And that's what you see with the content. These people have no end game. That's what separates us. We came in with an end game. We came in with a plan. We came in with goals. These dudes just turning cameras on, doing anything, saying anything. That's where all this crashing out has happened. That's where all these dudes is going against the street code. You starting to see all this snitching shit happen. They politicking hood business. Why? Because they have no substance and nothing else to talk about.
We talk about everything. Y'all see what this say? Honor. Blacc Sam is standing on honor, in honor of his brother. I understand what y'all saying. Y'all made a valid point for us. This is not...
It's a time.
It's a time, but sometimes it's like, you got to understand too, from his perspective, probably like, you got the audacity to be up here right now, knowing what the fuck is going on. Yeah, nigga, I've been watching. Nigga, I'm going to let you know that I know type shit. So I just think it was a lot more of that. It's easier to say when you have to go behind your dead brother and you're still doing everything in his name and live up to those expectations of how you are as a man. So yeah, it's easy. A lot of people gonna say he shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have. But him as a man probably felt like he needed to do that himself, regardless of what's going on.
48 laws of power, man. Have other people do the work to take the credit.
And why is it
He was a
always?
boss, actually,
I don't understand that. It's always like he should have did that. I don't think he should. I just don't think he should have did that. I think in the moment he should have controlled his emotions and he should have had other parties handle it. Point blank. Period.
You literally just said what I said.
There
You
is
take
no-
the credit
yeah,
for
there-
it. Have somebody go holler at him because again, there's a taste. It's a time and place for everything. He could have checked him, bro. Listen, we all know Blacc Sam with the fuck shit. You ain't got to be a gangbanger to be tough, homie. If you really wanted to holler at him, bro, you could have been like, hey, I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow. Once the grand opening is hollering, man, we can talk one-on-one. Then we can handle business. You get what I'm saying?
But
saying.
The biggest point is like bro was just saying, this content shit, every nigga don't care about that. And when it spills over, some niggas is spilling over in that moment.
So like you just said, honor. I think we still on the old school.
Yeah,
we kind of believe in that. Some people not.
But they coming from that. So even though he knows this is not going to alleviate, even if he's not worrying about what's going on at the shop right now, this is already here. It's cemented. And shout out to Marathon Burger, man. I had that Marathon Burger. It's fire.
It's good.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I don't believe Blacc Sam was wrong, in my opinion. I don't, cuz it's no way you could tell me, I don't care what I'm doing, if a nigga is speaking on my brother and I see the nigga, especially how you think he gonna think the same way Blacc Sam is getting at him. Nip would be turned over in his grave if he let Cuz come hang out at his shop.
I just feel like revenge.
While he gone.
Yeah, I don't think let him hang out,
revenge
but-
is revenge. It don't matter if you get him right then, like at that moment, or you catch him 2 days later. Revenge
it's
is
like-
revenge.
I'm not saying not getting him, but going without it being checked. The same way, like you just said, Nip felt like he had to holler at the nigga, or in certain cases, yeah, we know things can happen. You know, when you press those buttons, it's certain consequences that can't come with that. But at that point, he didn't give a fuck. And it was just like, nigga, this matters more. This matters more than what's going on right
See,
here.
this is what y'all forgetting too. They're from a different era. Blacc Sam comes up in the get down where you mad at era. So I'm not waiting to see you again because I don't know if I'm gonna see you again. I see you right now up here with the audacity to come up here with Marathon clothing on to my brother's grand opening, knowing you've been kikiing and ha-haing and dealing with the dude who's single-handedly running smear campaigns on my deceased brother. What the fuck you doing up here? Nigga, I'm finna check you right here on the spot because then you gonna look at me fake. The world gonna look at me fake. I'ma feel fake if I wait and then go back behind the scenes and try to get at you later. Cause you're gonna be like, well, nigga, you just seen me. I was up there and it was good. So now that's gonna be the narrative. So now we finna kill that narrative right now. You not good. Get up out of here. We can holler later. Cooler heads will prevail. What Rockstar should have did was just bounce to get up out of there. Cause now you making it about you. You could be confused. You see where Blacc Sam's head is at. He don't have control of his emotions in that moment. So at that moment, if this is really your boy and it's really your people's, and you just said he looked out for you. You said he put you on.
They try to say the whole outfit he had on Cub Game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
they said
so
that
at that
debunked.
point, bro, Rockstar should have just walked away. And when cooler heads prevail, he should have called him later. Look, bro, what was that about? Or this how you feel? Look, this what it is. Because he kept saying, well, I don't fuck with Wack either. But nigga, it don't look like you don't. And this is what's crazy. Wack done went big on this nigga.
Basically saying you got marked out.
No, even before this,
Yeah.
him and Wack used to have a room. I think it was, I forget the name of the room on Clubhouse. And Wack done went big on Rockstar. You bitch ass nigga. Woo, fuck you, nigga. You broke. I done put you on. Nigga, stop talking to me, nigga. I demo you. And like Wack done talked about this man like he was scum of the earth.
These niggas
Marking him out. But to get Wack's connections and a viral moment. And he gonna overlook that and still keep fucking with Wack. Which is crazy because Wack treated that nigga.
And that's why morals and principles matter, because you'll be willing to do certain things for content, and then that shit don't be worth it.
You selling your integrity for just anything.
I just seen some shit where allegedly they trying to say the nigga want to file charges on kidnapping, telling him move him 15 feet out his wheel.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
This could be the internet trolling when niggas like move 15 feet out my wheel.
They
Like
said Blacc Sam ushered that nigga across the street like you usher your daughter to the prom, nigga.
I think ultimately,
no, you not. Get up out of here.
I understand him wanting to get the message across, but some people that he knew that wasn't Blacc Sam, that would have told Rockstar everything he needed to know, in my opinion.
Can I ask you a
as soon
quick
as we
question,
see you out of here.
Y'all think Marathon Burger is going to stand for a long time, for a test of time, due to the Nipsey legacy, or it's kind of going to be like a...
It could. We have to see. It's more than just the brand, right? It's the economy. It's what's going on the street. It's the other people that maybe want or have something against those people in that business or in that building. So there's a lot of things that go into if that business stays open long term, if people continue to come, if the service, you know what I mean, is upheld to a certain standard after a point in time, or is it just the first 2 months? You got food codes, health code. You got so many things to where it's like, I would hope that it would stay around forever for as long, you know what I mean? But I can't say for certain at this moment.
For me, it depends on the quality of the food and the quality of service. Because at the end of the day, it's a restaurant. Mm-hmm. So that's all that matters. That's what keeps a restaurant open. The quality of food, the quality of service, and the affordability. Yeah. Because we all know, like Khalid just pointed out, the economy's crazy right now. So if the food is astronomically priced to where people can't sustain going there for long amounts of time and ordering food, where I can look at an In-N-Out burger and I know for a fact, hey, it's me and 2 kids and a wife, that's $40. But if I go to this burger stand, I'm spending $75. Well, naturally, I'm going to go to In-N-Out to save the money. But I don't know the prices up at the Marathon Burger. I'm just giving that as an example. So all of that factors in, because you got to look at Kevin Hart. He had a pretty good vegan spot that was open similar to where that burger spot is in the area, and that closed down. Yeah. And I went in there, and the food was good. The prices were decent, but I don't know how open that vegan market was compared to a regular burger spot. But I'm just saying, a name as big as Kevin Hart, he couldn't keep a restaurant open. And there's been several other celebrities who tried to do the same in similar areas, and their restaurants have closed as well. But, I mean, are people going to continue to go because the service is good? Or are they going to go for 3 to 6 months because, hey, I'm up at Marathon Burger, I want to get the Instagram and rest in peace Nip, and then when the hype dies down, they stop going. So it would depend on that.
I actually think the food is good, the food is fresh, and if you hear the price was good, I think that was regular. I think I paid maybe $20 for that Marathon meal, if that. Okay. And
for a burger and fries.
Yeah, what do you think? You can go to fucking
nigga. You just go to In-N-Out for $10.
That's what I'm saying.
I said that's what I remember. I recall, but it don't matter. They got more shit than that up there. And you saying that like you don't go to Jack in the Box and the meal is $20, nigga. So y'all saying that? Only thing you compared was In-N-Out. Name one place right now where a meal ain't $20. You step outside.
Any of them fast food places.
You
just
sound
mentioned.
dumb. McDonald's, you're paying $20 for a meal.
You can go
at
right now and
McDonald's.
see
No,
it'll be
I think
$12.99.
In-N-Out is the most affordable.
In-N-Out is the only
in America.
one.
But everything I go, I compare it to In-N-Out.
But using In-N-Out ain't in that area. So, and you're on Melrose, you're not expecting to pay $10 for
That's
no
very
damn
true.
meal,
That's
nigga.
true as well.
So let's knock that off. And like I said, from everything down to the pickles, it's fresh, nigga. You're not even getting pickles the way you get them at these
Cuss it
bullshit
down to the pickles.
to the restaurant. Nah, he even said it, nigga. And I think the difference of, if you know any of their history, Nipsey and Blacc Sam worked in a restaurant, and that was one of Nipsey's aspirations of even making a restaurant, because they said they already know how restaurants run, and they know. They had Blacc Sam back there cooking burgers, nigga.
Yeah.
So I think the detail of everything, what they did, and they got like what wagyu
Wagyu,
meat,
whatever.
and all different type of stuff. So they got healthy shit. It ain't just meat. They got wings. They got salad. They got a variety of stuff up there. So I think the vibe up there is good. You go up there, they got Nipsey music playing. You got the outside. You got the sun.
They sell
shining.
merch.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
got like the marathon merch.
Nah,
and stuff.
but you know the
Something-
marathon. The
something-
marathon store is down the street, so they ain't putting no merch. But just the whole vibe and the experience of that, and their service was A1 in my opinion.
I hope they stay open. But before we get off the Rockstar topic, let me just double back real quick, because I got to call out the hypocrisy of Rockstar himself. Now, I don't know if y'all are up on what goes on Clubhouse. I doubt it. I'll be up. Because I got to stay in the know. Once you get in the podcast game, you're effectively disabling yourself if you're not in the know of everything that's going on. So whether it piqued my interest or not, I still dip my nose in it a little bit just to know what's going on so I can stay current. So if you know anything about Rockstar, they used to be a big anti-no jumper camp. They used to be on an anti-no jumper campaign in his room. They used to be calling out, oh, they up there politicking on hood business. Oh, they messy. They doing this, they doing that. And then to turn around and do the exact same thing that No Jumper was doing, that's what made me realize most of these guys who are on this anti-no jumper thing, they really are upset because they're not up at No Jumper. And if you follow Rockstar, he was just up at No Jumper. So, but he does the same type of messy stuff in his room. He always has guys calling in. Wack is always crashing out on people. Brick Baby came in there crashing out on people. You had, just every LA gangbang media character, they've had some type of drama going on in that Clubhouse room. From Munchie B on down, you name the names, they done some messy shit in there. So for Rockstar to do that and then go up there and act like he don't know why Blacc Sam took the stance he had, is him just throwing rocks and hiding his hand.
Cuz tried to say, didn't nobody like do that in person in front of him? Like that's the type of shit he was on. Didn't nobody do that in person? So ain't nobody saying nothing about Nip to me in person, or I would have crashed out type shit. But I think a lot of these niggas, a lot of the world, most people are followers, right? So when people start getting in the content game and you learn that a lot of this, especially on the West Coast, that the content is messy and stuff like that, and you like, damn, this is what's going on. People running plays and they doing this shit. People automatically following like that's the real blueprint you supposed to be running. Yeah. And that's why I feel like what we separate ourselves the most from. And people, instead of feel like I'm going to take my own route, they like, well, this working for everybody else. Let me jump in that lane too. It's just content. And that goes back to what we say. Content ain't just content to everybody else that's not in this podcast world. So you might be believing that, but niggas be ready to crash out behind it. And we say this shit week in and week out. And we see it. We see it coming. And now you see what's going on right now. It's unfolding in everybody's face.
Every single week we got to point this out. Content is not just content, but the way you stay out of the drama is you have a goal and you have an end game on why you're even doing content in the first place. If you're just doing something out of boredom, it's no different than gang banging on the block. Like, okay, well, we banging, but what's the end game? Niggas don't know. What's the mission? Niggas don't know. There's no end game. You just over here doing shit out of boredom when you could be working towards building a career or working towards
your purpose,
your purpose, or becoming an entrepreneur. Just whatever that is will lead you to a successful lifestyle. You can have steps that you got to follow, which will kill that idle time. But they say idle time is the devil's playground. Mm-hmm. These niggas is having idle time just on the internet. You niggas is bored as fuck. You niggas is popping pills, doing perks. You getting drunk, you getting high, and then jumping in front of a camera on the mic. Now you don't even have fully control of your mind as a sober person. The drug is talking for you. and you're just saying anything, you're doing anything, and now you got to stand on that when you go outside because whoever just heard you say that as connected to the situation you're talking about, nigga, is not content. This is my deceased brother. I don't care if Cud didn't say it in front of you. He said it. And you chose to stand next to Cud knowing what type of man my brother was. If that was you and somebody was dragging you, Cud's not standing next to Cud.
And even a lot of these people, when they see some of these networks that's already booming, that does the messy content, they don't understand everything that goes behind that. Some of these people are still strategic. They still have steps and things that they choose to do to receive the type of content that they give people. A lot of people, like you just said, just jump on here and hoping that they get a viral moment, get some clout, get some notoriety, and then the bag is gonna come. That's how that's what they expect in their mind. Just get on here every day, act a fool, create some drama, and then one day the bag is gonna be there. They have no set intentions on nothing, like you just said. So I think that's the biggest problem. Niggas don't care about impact, like we said. Niggas don't care about inspiring people. They don't care about motivating people. They don't care about nothing but it's all being selfless at the end of the day. Like, but more people are selfish in an extent, like fuck everybody else. As long as I can keep getting content, the numbers is right. I don't care about nothing. Everything else is going out the window.
Now, you just perfectly broke down my next topic, which was the Black content creator space. We need a reality check because people feel like they cannot start a platform without some type of drama. And I get both sides of the coin. I get how the algorithm works. I get it pushes negativity further. I get you get more views with the negative content, the goofy stuff. You got the pop the balloon. Then the pop the balloon guy goes on the TV show and he's fighting every week on the TV show. And that's the way to get the popularity. Then you got somebody over here that's doing meaningful, impactful content and the algorithm's not even pushing it. So a lot of people who want to do that will lose hope and go, well, shit, if I do that, I'm not going to get no views. I'm not going to get monetized. I ain't going to get no money. Nobody going to pay me no attention. So I'm just going to go do what's working for everybody else because everybody's afraid to start their own lane and make that crack the way we are.
I think the only people that start their own lane are the ones who really want to do it for real, though.
That's
like a lot of people, they only follow suit or follow what everybody else is doing because this isn't something that they really want to do forever, or they'd have that 10-step plan, or they put in that 10,000 hours. So they're only doing it because they seen somebody they know do it and get off on doing it. And they're like, okay, let me just give it a try.
Or it might seem easy. They think you just get on there, like you say, and just go ahead.
Or like, whereas with us, it's like we had a purpose. We know we want to inspire minds. We want to, you know what I mean, grow in a real way in our own lane. And that's hard to create your own lane unless you know what I mean, you really want to do it for real. Then you don't really care about the naysayers. You don't care about, okay, I might not be getting the most views at this point because in your mind, this is what you really want to do for real. Whereas in these other people, they don't really know what they want to do. This is just what seems to be the next big thing. When we was over here talking about politics and conspiracies, people was still on the bullshit, the messy shit. So, and we knew from then that it would always pan out the way we wanted to, and it's going to continue to. Where these people are just like, well, I'm just seeing this pop up now. Let me just jump on this boat and just see where it takes me. Niggas aren't, like you said, niggas aren't really making content with intention to do anything. They're just doing it because somebody else is doing it.
And you took a thought out of my head. I was just finna say, just imagine a ship at a dock and it does not have a destination. What do you think is eventually going to happen to that ship? It's never going to sail nowhere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The captain of the ship has no direction, no way to go. He's just going to get caught up in the ocean, and you're going to drown in that motherfucker. So you need a destination or some type of goal or some type of something to work towards, and that's going to keep you going in the long run. Stick to the mission, whatever your mission is, and define that and be that.
Yeah, basically, I'm gonna just go back to prioritize what's in your household. Us as the Black community, we kind of prioritize entertainment, clothes, shit that doesn't hold any type of substance. Really, at the end of the day, we teach our kids. You know, we'll play the rap music all day long instead of having them sit down for about 20, 30 minutes to read a book. Just even something small like that. We'll let the kids be on screen time for hours at a time as long as they're not bothering us. We got to get back into creating realistic goals for our children, setting the tone with ourselves, and leading by example. Again, it was times where I done seen kids be on the phone all day. You walk in the room, they don't even lift up just to speak and say hi. It's just like now at this point, if it's not entertainment, if we're not being that dopamine coming, it's like we don't care. They don't want to learn or anything like that. So the goofy shit, the dumb shit, that's what's attracting. Unfortunately, we're the only culture that really pushes it out there. Any other race can do it. They'll nip it in the bud like, hey, don't do that. Don't. You go to China, they're not doing it out there. They control the media. You can't be ignorant on the internet out there in China. Out here for us, that's the way to get out the hood. So we got to start creating our own narrative as Black people of doing better.
And what's crazy is learning new things should give you a dopamine hit. When I turn into platforms or I go down rabbit holes or I read a new book, learning new information sets off my dopamine receptors. The shit that y'all are entertained by shuts it down. I can't watch it. It irritates me. I gotta turn it off.
Can't watch
I can't. It literally irks my soul. Yeah. So you have to reprogram your mind by what you're digesting every day, because what you watch becomes your reality. I don't know if you know that. This is why certain people won't watch certain movies or read certain books, or
doesn't resonate with them.
Some people don't even have TVs in their rooms.
They don't have TVs in their house.
Exactly.
Because what you're viewing becomes the thoughts that's scrambling around in your head, which becomes the reality you living in the real world. So if all you're viewing is bullshit, take a look at your reality. I guarantee you 99.99999% out of 100 people who watch Baddies, Pop the Balloon, or any of that goofy garbage bullshit, I guarantee you their life is dog shit and they're not successful. Because they try to hide from the unsuccessful, terrible reality that they live in. So they're 9 times out of 10 alcoholics or drug addicts, and then they consume a bunch of bullshit to try to numb the feeling of them living nothing with no purpose.
And then they be trying to act like they them, trying to live that out in real life.
Exactly.
Thinking this shit real.
A lot of people
wondering why you can't keep a nigga or something.
A lot of the women, they're living for their work hard all week, turn up for over on the weekend, getting drunk, having a hangover, saying, "Oh, I'm never gonna drink again." Right back when Monday come back around, they going back hard at work, and then what they doing Friday again, going back out, turning up again, bro. It's the same repetitive cycle.
And that's another cycle that people don't realize you get caught in. Because I was in that for a minute, where it'd be like people would hit me now, be like, it's Friday, and I'd be like, I'm in the bed. Because they're like, it don't matter now. I treat the days the same. Like, you get the most out of every day if you live in a certain way, you try to at least. And it's like, because you get stuck in a cycle where, like you just said, work, slave for the 5 days, then I'm partying on weekends. Slave for the 5 days, party on weekend. That becomes a repetitive cycle. Then you wake up and you're 50 years old and you sick with nothing, ain't lived no type of life.
I think a lot of it too is our culture has a tendency to live in a bubble where it's like we believe that this is the only thing that exists. And this is the most important shit that exists. Like, we always have the conversation, people are like, I don't care about politics. Like, that's not something that we can even think of, because that's not in our bubble. That's not in our everyday, tangible things that we can touch and see and feel. So I think Black people also, in our culture, the people who create the content, they have to get outside of our bubble of what our culture even is, because a lot of it is just plainly that. Once you get outside of the bubble of what the culture is and you start to put shit on a scale of what is really important to the world compared to what our culture is, it'll have so much less value, where maybe you will want to go and create other content, give people different types of messages and knowledge, because you're going to realize that, hey, this is a very, very, very small percentage of what the world is. Even on social media, it may seem like this is the know-all be-all, right? Because it's drama and it's violence and it's whatever the case is that's pushing it. But when you get outside of that, and even just following different people on social media, you'll see that this is a very small portion of what's making shit turn.
Hey, and understand this, man. Y'all got to change the way y'all reach out and deal with people. Because now we starting to get a lot of motion. Our names is getting dropped in a lot of rooms that we ain't even in yet, that we finna be in. And people starting to want to get attached to that, but they don't know how to just say, hey, let's work. So they feel like they got to throw shots because that's how they see everybody else doing it. We keep telling y'all we're not a part of this fake world. You notice how we came in the game. Our second episode ever was about Kanye West when the Jews pushed the button on him. And we jumped out there like, man, they doing Kanye dirty. Second episode, go look it up. We came in the game standing on business. We came in the game talking real life substance.
High power.
High power. We not these other niggas, bro. We different. Every time we get around people, man, I don't know how y'all doing this with the shit y'all talking. Y'all ain't been attached to nobody. It's different, bro. We made our own lane. Like, I just literally seen one of these niggas. I know for a fact Cub really want to fuck with us. He tried to clown me for talking the way I talk, because we've been going back and forth with Brick Baby, like, oh, this nigga talking like he's a psychologist, having what he said. This nigga said basically something along the lines of being smart is actually dumb or something like that, or corny. And I'm like, this is the mindset of these niggas that's representing for West Coast podcast culture. So the rest of the world thinks we're that. We got to change that. Why is that funny, but not a nigga having a 5-word vocabulary who can only say on the dead homies and on the set? That's the shit you want to the forefront. Like, come on, bro. Expand your mind, because a lot of y'all haven't left that 4-block radius you grew up in, and you 50, 40, 35. You ain't left the block. You don't know what's out in the real world. Like Kylie just said, what you think this is your reality is a speck in the ocean. It's a thread on this carpet. You see how big this carpet is? This is like the world. You only have experienced one thread of this motherfucker.
And I think a lot of people don't step outside of it because they know they more than likely don't measure up. Not that they never can, but it would take work for you to measure up to other people and other things. Yeah, so as long as I stay in here, I'm top dog. Ain't nobody fucking with me. But if I go outside, I might be
that part.
I might not make the most money, right? I might not be the smartest. I might not be the coolest. Or whatever the case is.
That's when you reach your best potential, when you're around people that are doing better, because then when you're in that room networking, you can learn, you can pick up the lingo. That's just basically like when people are saying they want to lose weight at the beginning of the year. Even if you just go to the gym, naturally you're going to lose weight because the environment you in. You're going to do that. If you're not educated, you go to a library, you just start picking up little books at a time that you can read with your understanding. Eventually your vocabulary will expand. Your reading is going to get better. You just got to put yourself in better position to expand and do more. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like our culture, as far as like the Black podcast, is either hypersexual, gang banging, you know what I'm saying, violent. It's so watered down and diluted where everybody's talking about the same thing. So when you do get us on there, we like a breath of fresh air. So that's why the hate go come. That's why being smart is gonna seem lame, because again, they can't measure up.
Anytime a nigga say that, they just intimidated.
But let's keep it G. Whoever liked it being dumb? Nobody did, nigga. That's why the niggas who couldn't read in class never raised their motherfucking hand.
Oh yeah, popcorn.
You popcorn their ass. They never wanted to say nothing.
They saying
then they ready to fight the nigga that's popcorn. Nigga should never call me, nigga.
Motherfucker saying Island. No, that's island, motherfucker.
But even on top of that, I just think you got to define yourself and define who you are. It's like, if y'all choose to do that, that's cool. Just don't complain when the kickback comes. Don't cry about it. Don't do nothing about none of that when them other forces come at you. If you choose to be in a negative space every day, 24/7, that's on you. It's your life. But at the same time, most people don't know what they want. If you ask somebody what they want, they don't know what they want. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
They want $1 million, but what you go?
Yeah, you just drifting, and you a drifter. That's one of the worst things you could be at that point. It's like, you might as well, I don't know, you might as well find the biggest building and find the fastest way down at that point, because that's all you're doing in a different form. So it's like, find something, define what you want, know what you want, and a lot of people, that's what make you unique in the things that you like and you're into. So a lot of people will shade that and mask it and feel like they got to be what everybody else is, because people are scared to be their true selves. That's all it is.
1%ers. That's what separate us, the 1%ers. When everybody go left, we went right. Everybody went right, we went left. And you could just look at COVID for an example. That's the perfect example. Following the crowd ain't always the best thing. Following the crowd is like following the herd to the slaughterhouse. You don't even know where y'all going, but you just following them. Well, shit, that's where everybody else is going. Next thing you know, your ass getting put through the wood chipper. So as far as the Black content world, have a plan, have an end game, have a goal, or find something else to do, because y'all embarrassing the fuck out of us.
Niggas need to think deeper,
and niggas like us is tired of it. Y'all niggas is clowns. We're gonna start demonstrating on some of y'all, cuz, on the set.
Niggas need to think deeper too, right? Like, we'll come up here and niggas be like, oh, you seriousing us out by talking about the kids, or what are kids gonna think, or how's it gonna shape the minds of other men and women. That's how we do have to think every time we put out an episode, every time we think of an idea, because it has a chain reaction. So if you're only thinking about yourself and what you're gonna get out of it, and not what the world is or the universe is gonna get out of it, that's not really the way to do things. And I feel like that's how our culture, and especially the podcast, operates. They don't think about the casualties, quote unquote, that they're going to leave behind when they put out this damaging content. They just know, hey, I'm getting my chili off of it. I'm getting certain connections. People is fucking with me. And that's really all I care about. I don't necessarily care about what it's doing to the people and how it's affecting them. And that's one of the big things that do have to stop, in my opinion.
And that's why we see, when it comes to other nationalities, they know, like, they know once a pictures get painted, or they know the power of that affecting this on their whole race, because that's why you see if a Jew comes out and you're not representing the Jews right,
They will check
You out of here.
they're gonna come get on that. And the same thing with different races. They're gonna make sure, because you represent yourself as a man at the end of the day, but just understand the kickback and the
Propaganda.
effects of the power of you. You have more power than you think. Everybody, you listening to this got more power than you think. You know what I'm saying? So just us as a people, at some point, we always say the same shit. When do we want better for yourself? But a lot of people don't. A lot of people really hate themselves. A lot of people really don't believe they can do nothing outside of where they're at now. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to break those mental barriers. And that's why we always talk about cultivating the mind and doing different stuff. People can't sit down and read a book for 10 minutes, let alone even sit down for 10 minutes. So it's just like, we got a long way to go, but hopefully we see some transition.
We leading the way. We are the transition. We the wave. I keep telling y'all, we ain't worried about views. We ain't got to be the most viewed. We are the most impactful though. You can look at everybody who got the highest view count and then look at the impact they've had over the culture over the last 2 years versus the impact we had. And we came from the dirt, nothing, zero cosigns. We started this by ourselves, co-signed ourselves, and we pushed so hard and respectable that it became lame to not support. You got to support or you start to look like a hater when you don't support the real. That just is what it is. So we're going to keep leading the way, the viral way. But we were supposed to have a female in here today.
Oh, shit.
You know how it is scheduling females, blah, blah, blah. I assume, all right, whatever. I ain't trying to hear
You
that.
scared.
Yeah, so Laurence Fishburne doesn't like his first daughter, Montana Fishburne, after she immediately went into the corn industry, corn with a P, after turning 18 and went against his entire legacy and all his teachings. He said she had every advantage and didn't even try to utilize them. And it broke him as a father. It broke him as a man. So we had this debate and this conversation on the Apollo about a week ago when I said the parents of this generation, the fathers of this generation have it the hardest out of any generation ever, because not only are you fighting the influence of the outside world, you're now fighting the influences of these devices and social media. Fathers of the past didn't have to deal with this. You just had to keep your daughter off the pole and make sure she graduated without a baby. And you were successful.
And she wasn't a prostitute.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And make sure she wasn't in the 304. Now, you fighting the corn industry, the OnlyFans, her doing OnlyFans for free via Instagram, Snapchat, her in Miami sucking bottles and then sucking the guys buying the bottles. Like, it's crazy. So Laurence Fishburne, legendary actor, legend, black legend, powerful man. I mean, he drops substance in his movies, his interviews, everything. His daughter have every advantage in the world, and she decides to go be a 304. What does a man do at that point? Because you know for a fact he's giving her game, he's giving her money, every opportunity ever, and she still went and did the 304 stuff.
It was nothing he can do
Nothing
at
he
that
could
point.
do,
It's
yeah.
really nothing. He just got to do what he did, like you said, accept it and move on. She's grown now, and people can say it's harsh if he fall back, but she chose to make the choices she made. She wants to do that, and the attention needle is dangerous. That's what people don't understand. And if she is a woman that started, a lot of these women start having sex early. You know what I mean? They can't control their libidos, a lot of things, and they feel like they got to get in these spaces, and then she's going to regret it later, unless she wants to be a cum bucket. That's probably what she chose to do. And some people are just maybe wired like that. I don't understand it always, but you know what I mean? That's on her. She chose to be, she want to get viral off of that. That's going to be on her life, and he just got to move past that.
It's unfortunate because it's really nothing you can do. Like, you can raise your daughter up right, moral standards, keep her out of trouble, you know what I mean? Put her in the schools, do everything you want to do, and she's still going to have that social media thing or friends in her ear or just influences that may lead her to do the wrong thing. I don't think he's wrong at all for you know what I mean, cooling off her, especially if she's only 18. Like, bitch, I ain't giving you shit.
But what?
Well, I think she's grown, more older than that. But I'm gonna say this though, off top. You know, he was a actor that maybe probably wasn't present.
That's exactly
as far as being present. So we don't know if that girl maybe got touched on, molested, and that probably created this hypersexuality for her to do it at 18.
fact.
But I'm going to say this: shout out to all the fathers that are there for their daughters. You know what I'm saying? That is hard to do. I do think he can take a step back because, again, as a provider and a father who's doing every opportunity to give her the world, it's still ultimately up her choice when she gets 18 how to conduct herself. Again, he can do all he can, put her in the best school, but again, when she get 18, there's nothing he really can do. He can fall back and say, look, I'm here, I don't agree with your lifestyle, but when you are ready to have a conversation and change, I'm willing to open up the relationship.
Now that you said that, though,
Just because your presence is there does not mean you're present with your child. Your child can still feel neglected with you sitting in the house.
Yeah.
That does not mean you're present with your child, actually knowing your child and really loving your child in a way that the child receives that love from you. So it's a lot of factors that can go into that. And I don't know the mother situation when it comes to that, because the mother plays a big part too. Yeah. The mother needs to be a certain way, because the man can provide, but there's certain tools, especially when it comes to a daughter, that the mother has to bring into her.
As a black father, I feel like sometimes we damn if we do, damn if we don't, because we're the same community that were making fun of LeVar Ball. Before all of them blew up, they were like, oh, he's too hard on these kids. He's talking blasphemy about they're going to all three make it to the NBA, or how, like, prime example, Michael Jackson, Joe, beat his kids to success. At the end of the day, it's like, no matter what you do, I'm just saying, no matter what you do, you're going to get criticized as a father. Because again, Laurence Fishburne is a great actor. We just talked about this. He gave her the best lifestyle she can. Look what she is right now, 304.
But
I'm saying, would we damn if we do, would damn if we don't.
But is it always, because like we say sometimes when they don't earn it, that could be a handicap, right? Because if they not learning the value of the things that you're giving them, I gave you the best of everything, but then now it's like you don't appreciate it, you don't even care about it. So it's like, this is nothing. Like, you already gave me this lavish lifestyle. You never knew how it was. That's why, even it sound crazy, they say the best thing for some people is to come out of a poor environment and then make it, because you know the work it takes. The appreciation, a lot of things is different. But I think you have to, even also when you're a person that has money, able to do that, they still have to know the value and earn a lot of different things when it comes to it. Make sure they got all the basics, the clothes and shoes and the stuff that to keep them full. But I think a lot of just giving them and flourishing them with everything, like you said, LeVar Ball, perfect example. He gave his kids Lambos at 16, but he also had a disciplinary on them to where they knew what the work ethic and it took. And his psychological way of doing it was smart to me, because now once they get their money, they don't care about the flashy whips,
they don't.
The chains, even though they
got
might get them.
System already.
Yeah, exactly. So when y'all tempt them with this stuff, they don't care. They tell them why they back at the house when they should be out with females. Them niggas is like, nigga, I'm over this. I've been getting that, nigga. So,
but to y'all point about how he, like, do y'all think that maybe he is, in a way, trying to take what he gave and put that higher than what maybe he gave emotionally or mentally? Because you guys did kind of just say, like, you could be there and not really be there, or not really, have an impact in your daughter's life. And then is materialism the know all be all? Because he could have, like you said, he could have gave her the cars, clothes, put her in a good school, but maybe he wasn't there 24/7.
You can't be when you being great.
Yeah, does that play?
But at the same time,
I don't want to assume that he didn't give her no game.
Yeah.
So we just kind of assuming he didn't because of his career path. Yeah. But I don't want to assume the worst just because that's what we naturally.
You seem like a solid dude.
To do. So but only reason I brought this up, this whole topic, is because a lot of people don't like to give parents grace when kids make the wrong decisions. Mm-hmm. Kids are ultimately responsible for their own decisions. At the end of the day, I don't know why people don't want to accept that fact. You could get them game till they blue in the face. My teachers told me what was right and what was wrong till they was blue in the face. So did my parents. I wanted to do the wrong shit that I went out there and did. That's just part of being a human. We are naturally wired to go against authority for whatever reason. Maybe the environment I come from and how I was brought up, a lot of people, some people go with the grain. Me, I just was always a person like, nah, I think I can get away with it. And then I get caught and they're like, oh, damn.
Right. Even for me, when I did things, I felt like I had to, because I always couldn't get everything. And then when I learned that, then you low-key get addicted to the fast life and stuff like that. So for me, it was I never understood people that had it at home and you want to come out and do crime with us. I didn't get that.
I get it.
Yeah, no, but I would have never even thought about trying to do that. I had no reason to.
That's crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like if I had to hustle or sell weed or go out and hit a lick, it's because I had to. I felt like that. So
we romanticize it.
From a lack of options, huh?
I'm saying our culture romanticizes the struggle where you're not looked at as respected if you come from a good home.
Privilege.
So a lot of those good kids come to fuck with the kids like us who grew up less privileged and they pretend to be less privileged.
We all
And then
know
they
niggas
want
like
to
that.
prove themselves even more. So maybe that was the case with her where she had every opportunity, but she wanted the thrill of the struggle. So, hey, I'm going to go be a 304.
But it's like we said, we don't really know how he raised her and stuff like that. But if you're an actor and the type of actor he is, like you said, you're going to be on set
Always
for
bookie,
months.
yeah.
But with you on set now, this is another lane where you could be introducing your daughter to your work. You know what I'm saying? Keeping her on set with you, watching how you work, how you do your job, and things like that. To where maybe one day you could have sent her into the acting route. So it's a lot of different things. But I want to say this, like bro said. You do got to give parents grace because I see so many parents going through it with their kids, especially nowadays where they don't know what the fuck to do. There is no written blueprint on how to be a parent. Depending where you at and depending how you was raised plays a lot of effect in that. And you just got to pray on it, do the best you can, and hope that they turn out the way that you envision or that you want them to be. But you have to really be on them. And you can't let the teaching stop just at school. You have to be a teacher yourself. They have to learn and embed that in them.
Shout out to the millennials because we're literally writing the blueprint right now for the next generation. We are the blueprint manual writers.
Yep.
We're the first generation where the kids were born on the devices, and we got to battle against that. Like there's an interview I just seen. I forget the guy's name, but he works in tech, and he said he doesn't even allow technology in his house for real because they've already seen the studies. They've seen how kids turn into zombies and people turn into zombies off of these devices. And from the time your kid is about 5 or 6, when they get their first device, from that point until the rest of their existence under your home, you are now in a battle with the screen for time with your kid. Meaning that when you take that screen time away, your kid's now angry at you. Your kid now is growing a disdain for you as a parent. Your kid now is ready to revolt against you because you took the screen time away. So all the game that our parents gave us, our kids are starting to say, man, fuck you and that game. Give me my phone back. Give me my iPad back. So you're working double time. So this is why I say you got to give parents a lot of grace because the mentality these kids have today, we didn't have because we wasn't born on this shit. We was outside. We still had a connection to the real world and knowing how to socialize and come home and sit in the living room and watch TV as a family and shit like that. These kids is different, bro.
Hey, I'm not going to lie, though. Some of these kids be needing their ass beat.
They do, but
some of these kids be needing their ass whipped. I don't care this new era now.
They do.
Whippings is not as I guess it's not as effective for certain things, but some of these kids just you come out the womb a motherfucking nut.
I'm gonna tell you
Some of
this,
these kids come out the womb a nut. It could have been from their grandfather, their father, any type of something. But some kids just need, I ain't saying beat your kids and shit like that, but they need to they need to understand sometimes. And the whooping might save their life versus you just letting them do what the fuck they want to do. Like you just said, we talked about this last year when we was talking about this same topic with these devices.
Yeah.
Kids 3-4 years old. Throw a whole tantrum, breaking shit, and then all they want to do is, I feel bad. I need to give them their shit back. I need to do this or do that. Like you're not instilling enough in them when it comes to a lot of that shit. In my opinion,
I think that's the biggest challenge for parents in today's time is like, how do they not go overboard or go too far in the past with the way they, like taking from what their parents did and parenting their kids like that, but then also keeping that balance of like the firmness still, because you have some parents who don't even want to whip their kids at all, which I'm not disagreeing with that, but then you have to find some sort of way to discipline them and instill, in my opinion, some sort of fear to a certain degree and respect, obviously, because my pops, it wasn't like we wasn't scared of him, but if bro said something, it's like,
it has
okay,
to be fair with your
yeah,
father.
it's like
but on these apps too, man, you got stuff on TikTok telling you if your parents whoop you, this is the number of children services.
But we had
and
that
things
too.
Like, no, it's not, it
when we
wasn't
was
in your
kids.
face like that, bro.
Yeah.
And honestly, not like that. You got the technology going against the parent, and on top of that as well, you got so many laws basically saying what corporal punishment is. It's not just whooping your kids. Making your kids do push-ups if they're in trouble is a form of corporal punishment.
That's nuts.
There's no way you can properly punish your children and low-key get away with it. The only thing you can do is take away their devices. If they yelling and all that stuff with you, you got to accept it. Because if you lay your hands on your children, it's a strong chance they get taken away. And I feel like at times, Sometimes you gotta allow them kids to go and let them go experience what the real world is.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you seeing on this device is you think somebody go adopt you. No, they go put your ass in a group home. And you only that's real talk. Sometimes these kids really need to experience it. They need to start bringing back programs like Scare Straight or placement and things like that for these kids to understand. Like when you go deal with the real world, these is real life consequences. It's not all glimmer and gold in this household.
I know
I ain't
niggas
gonna
went to
lie.
camp and came back worse.
Hey, I was about to say, I ain't gonna lie, I
Yeah.
went to the Scare Straight program. I laughed at that
Yeah,
shit.
niggas was.
But I knew for a fact them niggas couldn't do nothing, so I was in there low-key
I'm
laughing
saying
at
in general,
niggas.
like, all right, well, then
Like,
you go to
for
camp.
far as
Then when you
niggas in our environment, you can't take them no Scare Straight. Nigga, you in the streets, nigga.
No, but I'm
taking them
all right,
Scare
but
Straight.
like this.
Nigga, you-
All right, but let's put it like this. When you start going to camp, then we got to start locking legs in the bathroom. Then that's
I know,
different than
but
when
you got to think
I
of
knew
the
niggas came
environment.
back
turn
worse.
up, nigga.
Yeah, I
In
knew niggas
environments that
was-
we go in, you already expect to
you
go
saying
through this
this gonna
type of
turn
shit.
you up, but there's some kids that I seen.
Yeah, they might
Oh, yeah,
come
yeah, for
back.
sure.
It was
Yeah.
kids that was like, no, I'm ready. No, I heard, mama, please, I'm sorry. But
look,
it will break
Only
up.
reason
But
I'm saying that because we in the generation of the YNs now. So our generation, we did fight adults, but not to the level that I'm seeing these
Why
kids.
is this crazy?
These kids
Nah, they-
blinking
nah,
niggas
they
down.
chipping them.
They
Nigga,
blinking the
yeah.
adults down.
crazy.
Like I was just at the my son's game, and the coach is getting into it. One of the kids who like your size, but he a kid. You know these kids big as hell now too.
Hormones and the
He low
food.
key only like, nah, I had the tea, like telling the coach what's up. This little nigga 13. He ready to get cracking. You seen how they gaffle Cat Williams up. These YNs ain't playing with these old niggas, nigga.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this right
It's,
now.
it's mainly you gotta start early though, and you gotta stand on. You can't say you gonna punish your kid or take the device away and then give it back in 2 hours or give it back. If you take it for a week, take it for a fucking week. I don't give a fuck what they're crying about because the moment you give it up, they know they got you. And every time you're gonna get weaker and weaker in that area, and they're gonna keep finessing you. These kids be smart, manipulating the fuck out these parents. Parents don't even really be knowing the mindset of their kids.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you this though: if a 13-year-old child is pressing a grown ass man, that parent of that 13-year-old child ain't checking their kid, homie. Them
Firing
too.
him up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fire him up.
Yeah.
Listen, because he's
But what
firing the kid up.
if the kid is backing you up?
You mean-
Like you getting into it and it's your kid, like, nigga, what?
If my
Nigga,
son,
like-
but if my
Your
son,
son 13 out there catching fades is crazy.
My 13-year-old son can't yell and cuss y'all. Ain't no reason why he should be even raising his voice.
But one thing that we did grow up on, I don't care what we was doing, it was a lot of that shut off when I went in people's houses.
For sure.
Exactly.
The respect level was always here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How you doing? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Pleasure to
That's
meet
how
you.
it's supposed to be, bro.
You couldn't walk in our house. I could have 10 homies in there. And I used to have to tell them, hey, speak
what's
to my
up.
mama.
Speak, man.
Before we go in
Make
there.
sure
You say it like this, too.
Facts.
My
They
mama
gonna be
stop
on
your
you.
ass.
They
Hold
gonna be
on.
on you.
You ain't just walking through here.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like, you had to speak, nigga, like every chance. So I knew that going in every house, I'm speaking to everybody
Yep.
in
Hey,
here.
how y'all doing?
This
What's going on?
generation don't have that because my kids' friends come.
Hoodie
and I-
on phone.
Well,
I
right,
got
just like this, huh?
Bro, I got a house full of kids. I gotta stop. What the fuck wrong with y'all? Y'all mutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk in the house. Any adult walk in this house, you speak. Oh, hey, hello. They're not raised with that. It's like a total
Also,
disconnect.
I also think too it's the social media and the phones that's making niggas like
Antisocial.
awkward. Cause that we was like that. We had to say what's up to everybody, or the parents would get on you. Hey man,
Yeah.
you know you in my house, right?
Yeah, it
Like,
was certain
what you
things
doing?
like that. Yeah,
I think just the respect thing was at a different level. I had respect for the elders or people older than me in general. I already automatically had respect for you until you showed me that you shouldn't have it. But other than that, you respected everybody, especially your friends and family. Like,
Exactly.
This is
that
the
was
battle,
natural.
though.
Yeah.
The battle is all the friends that the kids communicate with is via the phone. They all got these group
Yeah.
chats. They all got the group,
Playing on the game.
Playing on the
Yeah.
game. So once you take that, you take the communication away from the friends. Because like when moms told us get off the game, okay, we going outside.
Yeah, we going outside.
We're going to knock on the door. They don't do that because
Yeah.
everybody else is on that device. So that's why I say the battle of the balance, because you don't want to make them completely antisocial because now they can't even communicate
Yeah.
because these kids ain't coming out fucking side.
Oh, well,
so now it's the battle of communication and disciplining you. It's
y'all
the whole
think-
But
battle.
you know you're gonna communicate at school.
Yeah.
Go take your ass outside. We're gonna force you to come out. It's crazy because we love games, but we love being outside more.
Exactly.
So
And I used to
wasn't
hate,
about
like,
that.
no, you can't go outside. I used to like,
Because we could be playing and like, I'm tired of the game. Like, let's go
I wanna
hoop or
go-
let's go do
yeah.
this. Or we'll just be outside. Like, and then we come in and play the game later. We might be up all night playing the game, but we outside all day. Yeah.
Do y'all
So-
think with the advancement of social media too, because something we didn't have and you know other generations before us, it was the kids' place and the adults' place, right? Where
Yeah,
like you
facts.
stay in the kids' place, but now social media to a certain degree
kids are equal as adults.
It's blurring the
Blur that
lines
line.
because
Nah, they
you're
getting
able to
facts.
see a 35, 40-year-old acting a fool on social media in a club doing whatever that we wasn't able to see that. I thought my parents just went to work, came home. I didn't know they was out there doing nothing. You feel me what I'm saying? Like
even when you did have those nights, like if my mama and her friends and people came around, you couldn't come ask for nothing.
Yeah,
Don't
using
even
the
come-
room. Using the room, yeah.
Don't even come to this table until we feel what the
That's
fuck.
facts.
All of them gonna get on you. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Y'all
And
see
then
that
the
fact.
parent,
Yeah.
the
They put you
parent
in the
gonna
room,
check
you
you. Don't
can't
even
come
come to
out.
the table.
Hey, you
Now
can't even
kids.
eat with the parents. Like
No,
the parents
you
make
can't.
You
put
eat
you
over
in the
here.
room,
Bro, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't even eat at the same table. But even then,
That's
with
facts.
conversations, you can't even listen to these conversations.
Nah,
Yeah.
fact.
Now
Get
people
out of
be
grown
around their
folks'
kids
business.
They
doing
say whatever,
everything.
yeah.
People be having their kids at the table. Hey, Shay, come here. Yeah, tell Auntie Wu, like,
Yeah,
she in the
exactly.
gossip. Yeah, what your auntie say?
Yeah, and
Like,
kids,
what's so
but
funny?
even then, kids, like if you have like if us in the house, like kids, y'all get up, you know what time it is. You see us in the house,
Yeah.
you get up out of here.
Yeah.
Now people have their kids right here
In the middle
next
of
to
the-
you, just chilling. Like, get their little ass up out of
Man.
here.
I
Like,
say the parents changed too, because just think about when we was kids. When the hell did your mama ever have a girls trip? When did
Yeah.
moms
Yeah,
ever
mom-
just get
no.
up
She
out
was
of there
there
and go to
every
Miami?
day. She was there every day.
Hey, moms
Yeah.
like everybody's leaving the kids. Only
moms
time
ain't go
only
nowhere.
time moms let the kids
To
at
the
the
store,
house.
maybe.
No, when she went to work.
Or to work too.
Because she
yeah.
didn't have a
Or
choice.
go
That
to
was
No, I'm
about
saying
it.
like the hangout.
No, I know what you're
they
saying,
go down
yeah.
to such and such house to drink wine coolers, play dominoes, play spades, and then come home.
Yeah,
These
that's it.
parents is leaving for a week,
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
You see no girl left the kids in the garage, froze to
Froze to
death, blamed the
death.
dad.
They gave her a
you
house,
seen the
too.
other chick, she left the infants in the house to go party in Miami for a birthday. So these parents is getting the fuck on to another country.
We didn't
Nigga,
have
your
that.
mom barely went around the corner when we was kids. I'm
That's
like,
very true.
That's real
Bro,
talk.
when
and
did
then-
moms go on a girl trip when
And
we was
then
kids?
even
My mom's never did.
even to say on top of that, a lot of these people, and I said it before, man, they be regretting their kids. They don't be wanting their kids at some point because now it's too much of responsibility. This shit is for life. Now you want to go party because, like you said, with this internet shit, you're thinking people are living better than they are. You think you missing out on something where you should be putting all that energy into your kids.
And if there was trips, I was at Granny's, I was at
Yeah.
Pops, I was somewhere where it was another adult that could,
You spend
discipline
night at
me
your
in that
cousin
way.
house, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying,
I'm
for
with
the
my
weekend.
uncle,
Right.
exactly.
They giving their kids to their ratchet ass homegirl. I just seen another story where her homegirl threw her baby against the wall, unalived the
Damn.
baby because the baby wouldn't stop crying. But she wanted to go out of town to go party and do her thing. So it's this whole generation is crazy. The women are becoming unhinged with these kids. You see the men do it sometimes, but it's usually like the stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
Stepdad punched on the stepkid or something. So
Well, let's just be. Hold on. Hey, being a stepdad is tough, bro.
Nah, but that shit is real though because you seen that dude. He went through it. I think. Damn, what was that story he was talking about? And I guess I don't know if it was ended up on his birthday or something. Whatever it was, he was going back and forth with the baby mama, and the stepdad ended up unaliving all his kids. You know what I'm saying? And he went through it, but he was trying to get custody of his kids. They wouldn't let him see him, and he already had told her about like whatever the case was. They wasn't living right, so that shit can get tricky.
that's a part of the game that don't get talked about enough with stepdads is that side of the fence is women aren't picking good men, and a lot of these kids being unalived by the stepdad. I know somebody personally who wanted us to bring somebody on the show whose son actually got unalived by his baby mama's boyfriend, which was his kid's stepdad. So he had some dealings with the kid and disciplining him, and he wound up grabbing a 2x4 and clocking his son in the head, wind up unaliving his kid. And this is his girl's spouse. So you can't control who your kid is around in her house. So that's a part of the game y'all keep forgetting about. Women, they 9 times out of 10 choose fucked up niggas.
And then you
for
gotta-
the most part.
and when
And that be around your kids.
That's
even
crazy,
even
yeah.
even on a deeper level, if you have kids with a man, you don't know what type of DNA, but you don't know what type of trauma came with that man that's passed down onto his kid. So that kid,
Generational curses.
that kid can be not even compatible with that step parent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To the point where this is what causes the friction. And a lot of things now that step parent hates the kid and the kid hates the step parent, but the woman don't care because all she care about her happiness, and that's eventually tearing on the kids. And you see that those things end up exploding and happening.
Or the
The mama
step
gotta
kids
live
don't
too
get
type
along.
thing.
So behind the scenes, they fighting, they battling. So now your kids is in the house where they hate to be and they running away. And it's just ultimately
so many
terrible.
factors,
It's so
yeah.
many factors that we don't think about because the only thing people think about, like bro just pointed out, is their own happiness.
Yeah.
But once you have kids, that low key gets sacrificed for the betterment of the kids because you brought them here. So what I'm ultimately getting down to is, at the bottom line, pick your spouse the right way. Do better homework, better research. Go visit their families. I know for a fact I wasn't trying to meet families. Bro, go meet your girl family.
No,
go see what
facts.
type of mama she got.
Yeah, she have a
go see
dad.
what type of sisters.
Man.
Go see if she got a dad.
Uncle,
go
son,
view
yeah.
the women in the family to see what type of moral compass and mindset they have, because 9 times out of 10, your girl is going to have the same mindset that they have. So if all her cousins ain't shit and they shit 304s, 9 times out of 10, she gonna be one.
All of them baby mamas unwed, they're not married and things like that. They got different baby fathers. Yeah, you got to pay attention to all them type of signs, homie. And that's something I wish I would have gave myself the game when I was younger. It's certain things, you know what I mean, you got to catch on. Again, I was saying make sure she got a father or a male role model in her life, because a lack of man, I notice with women, when they don't have that in their household, they don't even know how to talk or communicate with the man. That's why they so argumentative and yelling their voice and stuff like that. When they have a father in their house, I notice women that do typically have a dad, they're not as argumentative. They don't yell. They know how to speak to a man.
They're already soft-spoken.
Yeah, they're already
Yeah.
soft-spoken. They're like, hey, if they have an issue, hey, can we talk? Hey, when you got a minute, I need to bring something to your attention. They not like, hey, nigga, I say I need to woo. Ain't none of that when they got a father in their life, because they know the level of respect, how it is to talk to a real man when he's the head of household.
We just seen, remember that post I sent y'all? What UFC fighter was that?
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. If y'all don't know Mighty Mouse, he's one of the most dangerous UFC fighters in his era. And he said he had the nerve to be going back and forth with the women he's choosing to deal with. And I hate to say it, it's our women. And he said he's basically fed up. He can't do it, because it's like, how do you have the audacity to go at a man that you know that'll break your whole face apart in any way he wants to?
He
Bitches
said
don't
that
care.
he tries to date black women, but he's at the point where he's thinking he can't do it because they all try to bully him. Meaning they have no respect for him. He feels like he's in the battle every day, and it's just sad to say, man, we got to change the culture and the mindset. It's crazy.
We gotta do,
crazy.
and I'm not even gonna just blame all y'all. We gotta do better as men, and our women, y'all gotta do better also. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gotta stop allowing what another man did to you and bringing that into new relationships. A lot of that's where because it's already cooked from the beginning when you do that. A nigga is paying for somebody else's mistakes off the dribble. So,
But yeah,
too black, too strong, man.
Shout out to us. Hey,
Always.
So what's y'all input on this? Deion Sanders' son came out, they doing the combine or whatever the case.
I love him.
And he made a statement. He said, look, any NFL team, any NFL organization that's not ready to make change, basically to get on my program so we can win, don't pick me.
I love what he
love
did.
it.
For one, we don't praise people for having that
Strong
self-belief
opinion.
enough, that confidence. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you ultimately need to be great in anything you're doing. We seen, if you ever watched Kanye's like documentaries and stuff like that, you seen the belief he had in himself.
His
And that's
mom,
what,
too.
that's what I mean.
Man.
But they had strong beliefs, and to will their way into situations. I believe you can will your way with the confidence. Nobody wants, people get uncomfortable when you're confident because most people hate themselves. Most people don't like themselves. So when you're confident, you're exuding that type of energy. And like he said, he's proven it time and time again. Let's be 100. Colorado wasn't shit until they got there.
Yeah.
And they changed the whole formation to where you got people wanting to go to that college now that never wanted to play. They're skipping these other universities and want to go play at Colorado. So he's changed that whole environment. You ain't got to believe in him, but he's come from a strong background. His father been in his life. That plays a real key. And Deion, he's just exuded the same type of confidence Deion had in himself and to his kids. And I think that's a great look for anybody.
Now, I think a lot of people might look at it and say, "Oh no, this isn't good." But if you look at Shedeur Sanders' track record, right, he's been a coachable player. He's been somebody who's willing to watch the game tape. He's been somebody who's willing to, you know what I mean, take the fall for the guys and be that team player and put the team on his back. He's been the one that's going to extra practices, doing extra work with other quarterbacks. So when people, I think, see that, their automatic thing to think is like he's going to be a problem. When I'm looking at it where he's saying, look, this is a two-way street, right? Like if I'm going to benefit your team, you got to benefit me. That's the way it's going to work. And I think more players need to be like that in today's time anyway, because you're giving your blood, sweat, and tears, or possibly you're in a program or in a certain, system that doesn't work for you, or you could be a top 5 player or quarterback if the coach maybe changed his ways a little bit. So I 100% agree with Shedeur for that, because you're going to get the best out of him when you kind of feed his attributes in that way and what he wants. So that's 100% cool to me.
Quarterback is the most important position ever in sports. Without the quarterback, there is no program. There is no franchise. There is nothing more important than a quarterback, bro. So, yes, he needs to say that. He needs to make that more known. Like, bro, if y'all draft me, y'all have to do what's best for the culture, and I am the culture. Again, I went to see Shador 2 years ago when they played at UCLA, the game where a jury got stolen. I was at that game. Bro, I bullshit you not, homie. Every time Shador hiked the ball, he had probably about 1.2 seconds of blocking. And he still was trying to give it his best again with no offensive line. So he understands what it's not. And again, he never shitted on his O-line. He never said, bro, the line is trash. He just said, man, look, we got to play better. We got to block better together. He said we included himself. So that's what you want as a franchise quarterback, to change the program. Again, we all know when you're in the top draft pick, the franchise is already trash. That's why you got the top pick. So again, if I'm coming in, you got to take what I'm asking you to do, which is block for me, give me some wide receivers, and support me as a staff. There is no cap space for coaching and for the facility. You can put as much money into that. So that's what they're going to have to do because, again, he comes from money. His dad is Deion. He's a Hall of Famer, so he understands what a good franchise look like playing for the Cowboys, playing for the 49ers. So he understands what a facility and how that builds the morale of a team. So he knows this because his dad has won Super Bowls and clearly has carried a franchise, and he's a non-quarterback.
I think that's a big part of it too, though. Like when you get Shador, you're getting Deion essentially again because not only his personality, but Deion gonna be at the games.
Shiloh coming to the NFL.
Shiloh gonna be at the games. It's gonna be so much going on.
I love this type of shit. My bad.
Go ahead.
I'm low key kicking back because all the fans were like, "Man, Byron, we gotta let somebody else talk."
That. They was like, "Let me talk."
So I've been chilling today, letting them do their thing. The reason I asked is because do you think they're taking a play out of the Manning's playbook? You know, when Eli was finna get drafted, and his pops was like, "Nah, we ain't having that. Y'all not about to ruin his career before it started." Was this a play from that playbook, basically putting the NFL on notice? Like, I don't. If your franchise is a losing franchise, it's gonna remain one. Don't draft my son.
I don't think it's a play out of that playbook. I think it's what we all see when it comes to our black quarterbacks. The same way they were trying to tell Lamar Jackson to go be a wide receiver. Oh, yep. You know what I'm saying? He's basically saying
he knows his worth.
If you can't adjust to me and the way I play, then don't draft me. This the type of quarterback I am. Don't try to make me something I'm not. I don't want to be there if that's the case. We don't even have to waste our time. I'm going to be this quarterback. We can work together. I'm going to listen and do everything I'm supposed to do. But you, like you just said, he has to go to my strong points. I have to be able to play the way I want to play. And I think ultimately that's all he's saying. And it is a kryptonite. Like all that, you got first round draft pick. It's damn near a loss when you're the first round draft pick because like you just said, you're going to a weak franchise. Most of these quarterbacks that we see get drafted into decent teams later in the draft. Yeah, exactly. And you have way better position. You go all these first round draft picks. We've seen so many come and go. Where if they would have had the opportunity to go to another team, they would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. So and I was just trying to get at Shador. He's not even like a mobile quarterback. He's really a pure pocket passer. He learned from Tom Brady. The thing about it is he knows his worth. His pops, Deion, is not about to allow his son to go anywhere. So, yeah, I guess he did take a Manning out, the page out the Manning book. But I'm going to say this. I think the Sanders name is going to be bigger than the Manning name because the fact that he bring that presence, he brings that prime time to the game. People wasn't checking for Peyton Manning when he first got drafted. Yeah, the name was
y'all
cool.
See that young Manning coming up?
Yeah, he kind of nice.
You talking about Archie?
Archie looks raw, yeah.
He got to get some Super Bowls to get under that Manning name. He got to get up under there.
And he got the wheels.
He plays in the SEC.
And they got another young one right now that they bringing up. Is
the Manning just produced greatness.
But I'm going to tell you this. Some shit going on. But I'm going to tell you this, though. Shador, bro, if he goes to, say if he goes to a big franchise like New York Giants, like a big prime time, that's going to be big because then you got the Eagles. You got Dallas twice a year, and you got the Commanders.
Don't send him to NY.
He had a workout with him.
No, hear me out.
I was going to ask where y'all want him to go.
I really want to go to the NFC East because that's typically a prime time game conference. I mean, a division, I'm sorry. Think about it. You got New York, you got Dallas, you got Philly, and you got the Washington. Those just division games alone can be a primetime Sunday night game each week.
Washington already got a quarterback, though.
I would like to see
Think
him.
about Washington got Debo now.
I would like to see him better in Dallas than I would with the Giants. The Giants, he's cooked, bro. Nobody's saving the Giants. They're done for the next decade.
Yeah, it don't matter.
They're done.
He's going to come in and command. Teams going to want to go
there. But if he goes to Dallas, he has a better chance. Even though they might not get rid of Dak, but he has weapons already over there.
CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb is a joint.
CeeDee Lamb
what?
is a joint. cuz.
CeeDee Lamb is
Who's
a
they
joint.
line, though, bro?
But Dallas would put more into their franchise than the Giants would. They're what, America's team?
And Deion played over there.
He did
So
play over there.
Deion, they already familiar with Deion and they get down.
That would play better for him.
Okay, do y'all think he should come in and start immediately, or should he play backup to a seasoned vet, and get in?
Come start
Because
immediately.
Jaden Daniels started immediately and almost went to the Super Bowl.
I don't like the backup stuff.
Yeah,
Get the
start.
experience already, man. Get the experience in. I don't like playing backup to people and you wasting years sometimes where it's like, I think he can come right out the gate and do
But
it.
if he's
Depending
cut from
where
the
he
Brady
goes.
clause,
Because
then
you
he might
remember
be all
Jordan
right.
Love, when they tried to make him start immediately, he wasn't looking too good, and they were saying, it might be over for him. Then he went, sat down for a year or two, came back in, and he's looking like Aaron Rodgers reincarnated. So it just depends on the player. But I think Sanders, you got to put him in prime time.
I'm gonna say
you got to throw him in there.
I'm gonna say throw him in there just due to the fact that Colorado never had a good offensive lineman, so he already know what it's like to adjust, and he can read coverages very well. He's a really good pocket passer. He has an arm, so he can already come in off tops, reading and adjust. So he just need a little bit of time. Give him a good running back and just give him. New York got Neighbors. They got Malik Neighbors. He got talent on the outside. He just needs somebody to run the ball. They ain't got nobody to run the
New
ball.
York is none, nigga.
Bro, you
New York.
Did you see what they did to the boy?
You don't
They
want
ruined
to.
his
You
career.
never.
Who,
Hold on.
Daniels?
No, hold on.
No.
You don't want to send him to an organization.
OBJ.
You don't send him to an organization that would give up their best player,
They didn't give him
Saquon
up.
Barkley.
They didn't resign him. They was stupid.
They gave him up for nothing.
They
We
did
got him for
nothing.
nothing.
And he
Nigga
wouldn't
got a
want to
ring
chip,
now,
nigga.
yeah.
You
wouldn't
don't.
want
You,
to chip.
you never
Again,
go to
Deion
organization.
is not about to allow his son to go there without them having some input,
They
bro.
destroyed
Nigga,
OBJ career. He had to get up out. It took all his prime years, sucked it away.
OBJ got injured in the Super Bowl, bro.
No,
so
they
he been
killed
washed.
him, nigga. What happened to Victor Cruz? Nigga, all these
Victor
niggas
got
got
hurt.
hurt,
All
nigga.
of them got injured,
I'm just
bro.
saying, but you don't want to go to the Giants organization right now.
But
Unless they get rid of that
but
man.
they won Super Bowl within the last 20 years. They beat the greatest quarterback twice.
It does not matter.
Giants say
And
this
they
shit
ain't
is
done nothing
plexico,
since,
nigga.
nigga.
I get it, but what I'm saying is they have what.
And that was down there fluke. They got
They
like
got
the
lucky
lucky
with that
nigga.
Hail
Both
Mary.
of
They
them,
should've
nigga.
lost that shit.
Both them games, nigga.
I get it, but I'm saying
And we're
that-
talking about Manning versus
All right,
nigga,
so let
the
me ask
Giants
you this.
organization.
Realistically, where do you see him going in? Like, and you can't say, "Oh, somebody go trade him." Like, if we go on the draft
I
order
can't.
right now.
I will have to get back into
So
that
number
because
one, Tennessee got the number one pick.
because
Carolina
Don't go to
Panthers.
Tennessee.
That's-
He go to Tennessee, he's cooked.
I agree.
Don't go to Tennessee.
see, but you said I like Tennessee better than I like New York. But
Nah, Tennessee
y'all
is-
saying that because
I don't like the way they
stadium.
play.
But
I
I
don't like the way they
like
play.
Tennessee's coach better than I like in New
Look,
York.
top
then,
five.
Then you got the Raiders. They gonna probably send them there.
No,
But
no,
the-
look.
no,
Here go. I'm
this
laying the
top
top five. Tennessee, number one.
Browns is
Cleveland
cooked.
Browns, number two. New York Giants, number three. New England Patriots, number four. Jacksonville Jags, number five. He ain't passing.
Any
five
of them,
picks.
He not going to Jacksonville.
Any of them, I like them in New England. But
No, they got old boy. What's the white quarterback they just
I don't
drafted?
care who they got. I'm
Drake
saying
May.
where I would
They
like
just
to
got
see.
Drake May.
That's why I
I
said.
don't know about New England. They don't got
They don't like
Belichick
us in
over
New
there.
England,
They
bro.
don't like
That would
niggas
be-
over
They
there.
don't like us in Boston,
Since
bro.
we have you at the head of New England?
Come on,
I don't
bro.
know
Even
about
Jason
that.
Tatum, who's light skinned as fuck, bro, said he experienced racism in Boston.
Yeah, we know he gonna.
LeBron
get
hate Boston for that reason.
Exactly.
They call
They
him.
been
I don't
on.
Hey,
think
and
that'd
Tatum
be.
saying we ain't heard nothing from Jalen Brown and the rest of them niggas. But Tatum pump fake. He's trying to keep his black card. Nigga, you ain't getting no racism. Nigga, you yellow as a bitch, almost pink. Nigga, stop not the cap. Nigga.
Cleveland is that's
All them niggas, Cleveland, he's cooked.
I think Giants.
You know what?
The Giants.
You got the Raiders. You
if
got
he slipped to number 6 at the Raiders, I think that's a good fit.
It'd be a good fit for the Raiders. It would be. But
Or
I don't
number
think it
7
would-
at the Jets.
But y'all got to think, what's niggas is ready to lead the Raiders? What's the
Yeah.
DN over there?
No, he not. Max Crosby, he gonna stay now because they got
Crosby.
Pete. They got Pete Carroll now. He said he'll stay.
Bro.
And on top of that, they got that good tight end.
he
from
got
Georgia.
to save face. Crosby first trade, somebody wants him, he's gone.
His best bet is to try to sneak to the Jets. They got everything. They set up to win. They just need somebody at
Aaron
the
Rodgers
helm.
couldn't do it. He ain't doing
Aaron
it.
Rodgers was cooked.
No, Aaron
nigga.
Rodgers
Been
is
past his
done.
prime.
Yeah.
They got
The Jets actually got a good
receivers on
team.
both sides. They got a great running game. They had they entered the number one defense.
They got a good secondary.
They are set up, bro.
Jets are cooked.
I don't, but see, that's the thing
Any
about
New
you
York
saying
teams
slip.
are
I don't
done.
think he goes. I think if the Giants have a chance to drive him, he's not going past the Giants. Giants does not have a quarterback on a roster right now.
Nah, they don't.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
we're,
You
but we're,
don't-
may not slip
we're
past
not
the
saying,
Giants.
but you just said where do you see him going? Not where we think he's going to go. Where,
I don't
where,
think-
where would you want him to go?
So for me,
Yeah.
I would want him to go to the Raiders. I would want him to go to the
I
Raiders.
think the Raiders is.
I would like him to go for the Raiders. But I don't see him going
I
past the
don't
Giants.
know though, because the Raiders is low key
Las
career
Vegas
suicide.
Raiders, yeah. That's,
You go
But
to
they
the
got,
Raiders.
but they
trash.
got Pete Carroll. I
Everybody
think
trash.
Pete Carroll, I mean, look what he did with Russell Wilson. No, he ain't gonna put him in a position to throw the ball deep. They gonna build a good defense and run the ball like what they did with
Pete Carroll, the only thing good about Pete Carroll is Pete Carroll allows you to be you. So if
Yeah.
he can't play for Pete Carroll, that would be good. I think that would be a good sense for him.
I don't know. He didn't let Beast Mode be Beast Mode.
Well, that was at one time, yeah.
But he allowed
threw the
Russell
ball
Wilson.
on the 1 yard line,
He allowed Russell Wilson to be Russell Wilson.
He allowed Russell Wilson to
He had Big
lose.
Sherm. He
Nigga.
had Cham Cancer.
Even when we go back
Bobby
to USC
Wagner.
days, all the
Yup.
niggas, not Alex Smith, Matt
talking
Lyon,
Reggie
all
Bush
them
too, no?
niggas.
He coached Reggie Bush too, no?
Yeah,
Reggie Bush,
But what I'm
Lindell
saying,
White, all
he
of them.
allowed his players to be the players they wanted to
They
be.
were some guys,
He
bro.
allowed
Yeah.
Beast Mode to be Beast Mode, but he favored Russell Wilson more than he did Beast
Deion's
Mode.
not letting his career end before it starts.
Yeah,
Deion
I get you
Sanders
on
will
that.
be all up in them meeting rooms and the meeting boards. And
I agree.
Pulling strings. He's not letting it happen.
Let me
That's
ask
the
you
reason
this.
he jumped
Hey,
out
let me
there
ask you
and
this.
said it.
All right, so look, before we even get off of it, do you think if Deion has the opportunity, like say if he goes to like the team like the Jets or whatever the case may be, they don't have a head coach and
I
they
think I
get
know where you're
fired
going
first
with
year.
this.
Do you think they be like, hey, look, bro, come coach your son in the
That'd be
NFL.
crazy if he
Leave
did.
Colorado and come coach your son. Be the first father-son coach duo in the NFL.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
You wouldn't be opposed to it?
Nah, because I think that'd be cool. And he does good with his pops. So it's like he's
Proof
been
is
with
in
his
the
pops
pudding.
his whole life, pretty much. You know what I mean? So if you
What about you, Masai?
I mean, I think Deion would be good everywhere he go. But
Niggas
I
will hate on it a lot,
I
but-
think they wouldn't want him to do it because Deion brings so much entertainment
shit, yeah.
with him. Yeah,
But don't you think for a weak-ass team like the Jets or something like that, that would be a good thing for him?
But you see how they hated on Deion in
Colorado
Colorado.
first.
So
That-
imagine him
yeah.
going to NFL. They really gonna be hating on him.
You
and
can't
his son.
deny greatness,
And then, but you can't deny him as being great. But they're gonna put that pressure on him as if we see everybody it happens to. The same way Bronny came with LeBron. And they automatically hating Bronny off the dribble before the nigga even got to dribble the ball once. Kylie laughing because he one of them. Yeah. Anytime our niggas get in positions, but let it be a regular. We see like John Lynch become GMs and all these other people get put in positions.
Who never had the position that who never
and they
did it.
never scrutinize them. They never do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
I would
it's-
like to
it's-
see it though. I would like to see Deion coach his son in the NFL. I think that'd be some
And
dope
they,
shit.
and they hate the confidence and the cockiness of Deion and his son. Imagine
I
that
would love
duo.
for them to do it, except for when they play Tampa Bay. They can do well until they play us. I mean,
And this is what people don't understand. They try to hide us being confident because they want you to
Docile.
be. Yeah, exactly. They want you to tuck that, man.
They want you to be docile, submissive,
That's
and
part
all
of
that.
your power of being confident and having that in yourself of making you great. That's part of your power. And so don't let nobody put your lamp out.
If any of y'all watched the show Paradise,
I was going to
I ain't
tap
never
into
seen
it.
it.
Is that
I
on
was-
Apple
fire.
TV?
On
Y'all,
Hulu?
I don't know what it's on. My girl got me
Yeah.
watching it.
It's like
good.
what the president or something?
Fire.
Oh,
that's
it's basi-
0 Day. That one was
if you
cool. I
into
watched it.
conspiracies, this gonna have you looking at
Paradise?
it like, damn, this is what we living in. So basically, I'm not gonna give no spoilers. I'm just give the background of the show. It's this woman. She's high up in the government, and she was asking like the top scientists and the top brains in the world, like, hey, if I give you unlimited funds and unlimited resources, could you build me a city that holds X amount of people underground, and could you build it without the rest of the world knowing in case of an emergency? So they're looking at like the world's about to end. There's about to be this catastrophic event. The world's about to be cooked. They're trying to find somewhere for humanity to be able to go to. So they handpick how many people can come, who can come, blah, blah, blah. And everybody tells her, no, it's impossible. She takes them down there. It's real. It really exists, like on some inner earth type shit. So they take everybody down there. The catastrophic events actually happen. Earth is destroyed or whatever the case. But the people that are taken down here, they don't realize where they're at. They think they're still in the real world, right? So they control the sky, the sun, the cloud. Like everything is controlled on some Truman Show shit. And it's just crazy. You got to watch it. I don't want to say too much more than that.
I'm
because
gonna check it out too.
It's deep, though.
Rotten Tomato gave it 82%, and then IMDb gave it an 8
It's
out of 10.
crazy.
So
Listen, bro. It's
I don't
crazy.
know.
Episode 7 is the one everybody say is the craziest episode ever. One of the best written episodes ever in a TV show. So I'm on episode 7. I fell asleep.
Yeah,
on
nah,
it
you
last
just gotta let us get there. But
Yeah.
night. No, I'm saying that's what everybody is
yeah.
like. Episode 7.
I'm
Episode 7.
gonna go check
Tap
it out.
into it.
This
Tap into
ain't-
0 Day too. If y'all haven't
0
seen
Day.
that.
Somebody just sent me that.
Robert
yup.
De Niro, Angela Bassett. He's a former
Robert De Niro,
president.
I gotta watch that.
Former
Yeah.
president. It's the world gets hacked, America gets hacked, and he comes back into the commission to pretty much figure out who is doing it. But when you watch the show, it's like, you know, the government and how government conspires to do things, and so
Planes
it's
are
crazy.
falling.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I tried to go back and watch? You remember artificial intelligence?
Yup.
Oh,
yup.
yeah.
I tried to go watch that shit to try to like I was going down one of my rabbit holes thinking like, man, I watched this when I was young. What if it got something to relate to today? Man, that shit was so stupid. I said it's dumb as hell. But the only thing I got from it was that they even back then, because we was talking about how they started trying to make the AIs look like real humans. And they already did that. And I was in like 2001 with the little boy. They made him look like a real human. He was the only one. So they had different robots already created. But then when the dude met him, he like, damn, you look real. So it fucked him up. And I felt like they been like, who was thinking of that so ahead of time? He was the robot.
You be thinking of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy,
so now I'm starting to equate now, what is that, 20 years or 20-something years now ahead, and we're there now. So whatever they got planned, that means they're 20 years ahead of us right now.
What that makes me think about is, you see those videos with random people just glitching and freezing? Those are the bots, and they already got them amongst us, and
Nah,
they
they
be
already
glitching.
here.
Like, they be out in the parking lot, and the lady just stuck. You like, what the
Like,
hell?
that
old
shit was
President
crazy.
Joe
They
Biden.
had Jalen Rose stuck up in the NBA, what is the halftime show? One of them shows, he was up there.
Oh, coach is looking?
Coach like a
Yeah.
bot. Yeah, they show like the different celebrities. They say they got clones of them so they could be in multiple places at once. And then they showing all the celebrities that froze and they got to say like a code word. I think, what's Offset's ex-wife?
You talking about Cardi B?
Cardi B,
They
she
had
was
her on
one
the
of
red
them.
carpet. Because
She
they
I could see her. I could see her being a bot.
but even on the videos, they was like, "What are they looking at?" Because you'll see the camera in front of them, then they'll just be like,
Yeah.
Hey,
Get
did
some
y'all,
get
I meant
out
to
shit.
ask y'all, did y'all get to catch the Trump interview when he was talking to
Zelensky?
Yeah, did y'all get a chance to?
I caught
seen
bits and
it. I
pieces
caught
of it.
bits.
I watched it.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched the most heated
Something
parts of it.
we might have to tap into that one.
Now
let's break it down.
I watched most of it.
What you think of it?
Sound like, honestly, bro, the president of Ukraine is low key getting pimped, my nigga. Like,
Oh, for
it's just
sure.
like they didn't even allow him to really speak. They was kind of like over talking him and letting them know what they gonna do and stuff like that. I feel like he's kind of like more of a figurehead at this point.
Is he getting pimped or are they in cahoots and this is theater? Because, we sending all that money to Ukraine and then with the USAID stuff, they were showing that a lot of that money was sent back here and going in the pockets of certain individuals.
They was kind of saying
Because-
like we helped
because
you
look,
out, bro.
because-
Like, that's what they was kind of telling
Nah,
them.
because
like,
at this point, like he just said, yeah, you know what's going on, but we gotta go. You gotta make me look like I'm doing this and doing that. So even if they did, we gave them weapons, we gave them everything they needed to be in a position that they're in. Regardless or not, they have to use the US. So ultimately, we're going to run them anyway. Y'all really under our program, but we're allowing you to feel like the head of wherever you at.
We allow
Because
you to
if
do
not,
that.
we can shut all this shit down if that's the case. That's why he was telling them, like, you can't fuck with us, nigga. And at the end of the day, you know what the fuck going on. So it's like, play your position right now, and I'm letting you know what's going to happen, and that's what you got to take it, because he took it. Even the way he was asking, trying to ask questions, you talking to a grown man talking about can I and this and that.
that's what I
And
was
Trump
getting.
like, nigga, hold on. Like, nigga,
And that's
wherever
why I
this
was kind
is-
of getting at, like he's asking permission for like a grown. I
But
understand
see,
America's one
the
of the most-
U.S. to me was playing chess with giving them the money, the loans, the weapons.
course.
I'll
Yeah.
help
You in debt
because
to
at the
us.
end
Yeah.
of it, now you in debt and they want the minerals. So now he's like, hey, it's time to pay up on that debt. So when he's actually trying to give any pushback, Trump like, look, check this out, bro. It's you gonna give it this up or it's World War III. It's cracking.
That's why JD Vance was on him tough. Like pretty much, we gave you all this. Without us, you don't get through
You
what you
wouldn't.
got
They
through.
said
Russia demolishes you in a
They
day.
said,
Yeah, it's over
in a
with.
day or two. If Trump said you wouldn't have made it past a week, and we know this, y'all have been done. So without our resources, now we need your resources. That's all it is. It's a bargain trade.
Left hand, give it up, man. Come
But we
on.
know Trump is cool with Putin, so that's what makes me think it's
All
theater.
this,
because
yeah.
if I'm cool with Putin and these are my ops and I'm Putin, why you helping my ops? So maybe Trump already let them know we're gonna give them this, we're gonna give them that. We know you can get them taken over in a week. We gonna get the minerals and we gonna split a backdoor deal behind the scenes.
I see what you're saying.
Because bro, you gotta relook at this politics. This shit is crazy. This USAID stuff is nuts. Elon just went on Joe Rogan and was breaking it down.
I gotta tune into that. Yeah.
Nuts. It's a 3-hour interview. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched some of it. But it's to me, when I'm watching this stuff, it just seems like theater to me. There's too much money being passed around for y'all to be for real.
I tell people they're playing video games with our real lives. Like they're having fun, like doing what they choose to do, and they're making you believe that you know what's going on. The government is never going to let us officially know everything that's going on. They give us enough information, but they're already 10 steps ahead of what the information they're giving us, in my opinion.
That's why you got to go watch Paradise, because the government know what's going on and the billionaires know what's going on. So everybody else in the city, us, the citizens, have no idea that this is going on. Like they're the only ones in the city with weapons. They told all the civilians, hey, all the weapons got left in the other world is gone. So it's crazy. And it's like, it's a mirror of the real world. The billionaires and the politicians know what's going on.
They not creating,
and they feeding their lies to everybody else.
They not creating these shows and movies without giving us hints and for
no
whatever
reason.
now. But they
playing in our faces.
Exactly. They playing with it, throw the E on there for entertainment. And make you think it's entertainment still. Like these dumb
Hey,
fucks
let me ask you
never
this,
wake
because
up.
we talking about entertainment. Just a quick segue, because you know you got some information on this. You know that show Landman. Do you think that one day that oil is going to be obsolete and like we're going to be full electricity?
I don't believe we'd be 100% electrical, because people got to realize petroleum is used in almost everything we use. So if you look up petroleum uses, it's impossible
Plastic,
for them to just stop it like this overnight. Now, as far as vehicles and stuff, they can power vehicles with water if they want to. We done seen it.
If they really want
like
to.
China just made a drone that is capable of flying forever. It never has to land. You can put it up in the air and it can just roam the earth forever type shit. So they have unimaginable type. It's crazy, bro. I just seen an article. Unimaginable type of technology. What they're trying to do is ease it in, because with the electricity, it's now full control. So I control your smart house and your smart cars. So now I control your movements. I control what you can and can't see. Like, people aren't looking at this. You think they're trying to make everything easier. Oh, I want every house to have a robot to do your chores. Nigga, I can hack that robot and give it a password, and now the robot got you on some iRobot shit, and you ain't leaving your house till the robot say so type shit. So all of this is just control to me. It's to the point where we create the money, so money doesn't matter. We own everything. What are we gonna buy? It's nothing left to buy. I'm getting high off power and control.
It's becoming to a point where it's gonna be a new form of slavery, and everybody gonna be in one bag. It ain't gonna just be us.
Exactly.
It ain't gonna be one thing. They're gonna control you in every way, mentally, physically, and y'all, it might come. Just be ready. You're gonna have to have our own World War III.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, man, y'all gotta really start paying attention how they itching this stuff in, and then it now becomes the norm. They already throwing the flying cars out there. I just seen that. They got the cars levitating, and half y'all can't even drive on a regular street, let alone need to be
air traffic.
100 feet in the air.
Crazy, yeah.
You planes running into each other. Imagine you drunk driving home from Hollywood in the damn sky. You running
I don't even know how that'll work. They're gonna make it so extreme to
over.
buy that. Like, that's crazy. They just playing with us. They ain't gonna never put them out.
But I'm just saying, they're decades and decades
Light
advanced with
years
this
ahead.
technology. So
Yeah.
whatever they giving us, they had this shit back in the 70s and the 80s.
They're light years
Believe
ahead.
that. They way ahead.
I believe even Limitless. They probably got a pill where to use all your
Facts.
motherfucking
Yeah,
brain.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love that, but that's a good movie. I love that one. Like, Limitless, open up your mind.
Limitless was dope, bro. All you gotta do is go drink an energy drink. Your mind be. So imagine the pill.
Man,
I'm
that's
with
big
that.
facts.
Now, let me ask y'all, if you could live forever, right? Because they saying they coming up with the medication where you can take the option to live forever type shit. Would you take it?
I don't think
know.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's gonna come with some adverse side effects.
I think I would, because
sure.
at some point you gotta know the level of success. At this point, it's gonna become repetitive on me after a while. You gotta learn the learn the game.
gotta
Do you
think, though.
age,
You
or do you
outlive
stay
your
like?
loved
Would you
ones?
stay as in a certain body type?
Yeah.
Because if I'm
that was
like,
gonna be my next question. If you
Yeah.
could pick any age to live at forever, which age would you pick?
like 30,
I go 30, like 33, 32.
something like that.
That
probably.
early 30 mark.
Early 30 mark?
Because you still young enough to do the young things, and you still old enough to do the mature things.
Does the brain expand, or does the brain stay where it's at? Key, are you able to be wiser, or are you able? You're stuck 30 and you're stuck with the 30 set mindset.
I think you go.
You got a point though, because
that's what I'm asking.
if
I'm saying if you
There's no way to live forever to get. Well, yes, it is, because these niggas doing it now.
dumb as hell, niggas 100 years old, they done shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These niggas cook now. Only thing I'm thinking is your loved ones, everybody's not gonna be able to have access to this. So if you take this pill and you live forever, every friend you ever make, you gonna watch die.
Yeah.
Niggas make
You're
new
gonna have
ones.
to live that
And
tragedy
they had a movie. What
again.
movie was that? Where the nigga was sick. I forgot what movie it was. Somebody did that. They couldn't die, and they
Wolverine?
Nah, it was something else. Nah, it wasn't one of them.
It was the Wolverine.
Logan? Yeah, Logan.
He didn't want to make no friends because all his friends kept dying.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. Something else too, but it might have been that Wolverine. And it's like the niggas don't be wanting to live like
I
everybody.
know the
you
Benjamin
do,
Button is when he was old and then
Got
aged
young.
backwards.
That's some crazy
that
shit.
was crazy right there when he was
That's
born
some
as a
real
old
white
baby,
people shit.
and then he aged young. He
Nigga,
aged
40 years
Isn't
old.
that Has Bueller? And then he like that?
Nah, he just little as hell.
No,
Yeah. Mike had him on his.
That's that little baby. The little
Mike had him on his lap and shit. Man.
Oh yeah,
That shit was crazy as hell.
That nigga like 37.
Bro, give him a kiss like this.
Yeah. Kissing him on his forehead and shit.
He knows a baby, man.
This is a grown ass man, kid.
I got the Indian.
Bro couldn't escape either. He tried to get away from Mike.
That shit was funny as fuck. I said, this little nigga, I thought he was a kid all that time.
I thought he was too, bro. I didn't know that was a baby.
Remember,
I thought it was a baby.
It was another little Hasbulla type nigga who was acting like the kid, who was scamming niggas. He was
Yeah.
online crying and shit.
what you
And he
talking
got all them
about, yeah.
donations. And Cub wound up having an OnlyFans model girlfriend. And I'm like, these little niggas is crazy.
So they got that from Lil Man then, basically, with the Marlins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying?
I forgot about
Yeah,
Lil
that's a
Man.
that's a
The
good
Lil
one.
Man with Marlon Wayans, man.
That's something we could have brought up the last episode.
I know,
Hey, that was a
right?
good one.
That was a good one. I forgot about that. I'm trying to think of like some music, but I really ain't. People was going, man, y'all need to go listen to Freddie Gibbs. He's
I
up
seen
there
that.
with
I'm like, I ain't listen to that
Knock it
nigga.
off.
Hey, can
I
tell
told
y'all a
y'all
fun
that
fact?
nigga just
cool
no
off, bro.
play
Hey,
about
can I tell y'all a fun fact? Y'all gonna laugh. Hey, I was in a Freddie Gibbs music video called Chopping Up the Heart. I fuck with Freddie Gibbs music. Look up the hard, my nigga. When they was cooking up the yay, it's like deep in the music video. You gonna see Show on there. Then we had the things in there, man. Freddie Gibbs used to be in my. Freddie Gibbs used to be on East Side 52nd Street and Compton Avenue in the Low Bottoms, baby. He used to hang out with us.
So give me a bar from the video.
The
Masai
music
gonna
video,
put you-
so that song was cool. The hook was like, I'm chopping up the heart. This block ain't got no safety. Gibbs is not trash. I'm gonna tell you this though, bro.
If you
No.
can't, if
No,
any artist
that song-
song,
no.
I'm
That
gonna
song-
tell y'all why. Hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all why I do this, because for me, any artist that I vouch for, you gonna be able to get something out of me.
No,
from
you
these
just
niggas.
said from that song.
From
But I-
anything, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
bar, a hook.
song, a bar, and a bar is one sentence and another sentence. That's it. That's all I want to hear. But nobody, Freddie Gibbs. Shout out to Freddie Gibbs. I ain't hating on you, bro, because it's
I
not.
got Freddie Gibbs on my play. I fuck with Gibbs.
Ain't
bro.
no way that shit he on your playlist.
Cuz went to Apple Music and
Yeah,
typed in
bro.
your
Real
shit.
talk.
He type
You
of
not-
Freddie
you-
Gibbs.
Chopping Up the Heart, you gonna see me on there, bro. Hey, I didn't know y'all talked about it until I seen the show. I'm like, God damn, that's crazy.
Hey, turn the cut. Oh, we cut gets no play in here. I ain't
No,
gonna
I
lie.
fuck with
Look,
Gibbs.
that
though.
beat was
No,
trash.
he not trash, bro. But I'm gonna because I met him. I've been around him before, bro.
Even in the comments, nobody could give me a line. Y'all had time to go
So you
search
got like
them.
some sentimental dealings with Cuz.
No, he ain't no
Personal
I was in Cuz
attachment.
videos. I can't hate on
No,
Cuz.
listen,
I had to be knocking his
knew when
music.
he was like, bro, you feel me? I guess so, but I'm
For
he
him to
not
get
trash.
to where he's at, somebody has to
You
like
gotta
it.
be cool, but
He
he
not
not my
trash, bro.
he not my
I'm
cup
gonna
of
tell you
tea.
this though, the gangster Gibbs mentality may not be all the way gangster. You get what I'm saying? He not as like tough as he may.
Not
portray
because
to
we
be.
seen.
We
You
know
get
we
what I'm
seen
saying,
him
but-
perform with
But
old boy.
from what I remember, bro, he was cool. He just, he not from out. He really from Gary, Indiana. You
Keep
get what I'm
fucking,
saying?
God.
keep fucking with 50. Work your way into them power roles and try to get something like that, like he was doing. And the music is just.
I fuck
I'm
with
gonna
his
tell
music,
you
though.
who not trash. Who I'm actually excited for this. Wiz Khalifa says Cushion OJ 2 is set to drop soon.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact date, but I just seen him officially say Cushion OJ 2 is gonna drop, which is dope to me because that's how I got introduced to him was
Yeah.
Cushion Orange Juice, the first one. Wiz the one who had me wearing the Diamond Supply and all the Pink Dolphin. And
Kid
I got
Frankie,
all
all of
from
that,
Wiz. He
yeah.
had me
Wiz.
on my cargo short era.
People sleep on Wiz.
is
Wiz
a
got
legend, bro.
classics. And if you heard that that
This
freestyle,
plan-
Matter of fact, Wiz was on the freshman class with Freddie Gibbs and Nip and all
Nah,
that.
yeah, I
he was
know.
on that, yep.
And all them was blue big except Freddie Gibbs. But yeah,
Well, I think Big Sean was on there.
all
I
them
think
niggas,
Big
Big
Sean,
Sean,
yeah, all
J.
them.
Cole,
Yeah.
J. Cole,
Yeah, they was all on there.
No, Nip,
Was J-Rock
YG
on
wasn't
there?
on there.
J-Rock was on there.
J-Rock was on there.
J-Rock, yeah.
All them niggas.
Damn,
was hot.
Freddie really did not
Was
do
it French
that.
Montana on there?
He might even
All
been
them
on there,
niggas
yeah.
on there. But damn, y'all made me forget what I was about to say.
Man,
God,
you saying Freddie Gibbs got bars. That's what you was about to say.
Nah, I forgot, man.
Hey, Wiz is so slept on, bro.
Wiz just rapped over one of Kendrick beats and he gassed it. I don't know if y'all heard
Squabble
it.
Up, yeah,
He
he
got a
did.
video to it.
Oh, he
that
got the Squabble
that
Up?
sound like the
check
Cushion
it out.
OJ, the Cabin Fever Wiz back with
Squabble Up.
Currency
He
and all
did.
that.
Man,
Cuz
him and
went
Currency
crazy.
is like
They used to go
I don't know why them
crazy.
niggas didn't make more music together.
They gotta
Yeah,
for sure get
'cause
back in the lab.
They got shit.
He got what's the shit called? Cabin something. He had a couple. It was like Cabin. It was like a whole series. 28
I just
grams.
said the Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever, yeah. 28 grams was ahead of his time. He was rapping like niggas rapping now back then in
Wiz set a lot of
2014,
trends.
13.
The nappy fro with the little patch.
Yeah.
Everybody in the
He
streets
did
was
that.
doing
Wiz
that.
did that.
Wiz
Yeah.
sparked a lot of that shit, bro. He had me drinking what was the Bombay and OJ. He had me drinking a Bombay, nigga. I'm like, this nigga low key set a lot.
Niggas
of
walking
trends.
around with their glasses popped out and shit.
Exactly, bro. Wiz, he low key.
Yeah.
He came in the game and set his mark, and he don't get enough love. I meant to.
He from
beg you
Pennsylvania,
that.
right?
He from
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he from Pittsburgh. Wiz got classics, bro.
No,
And,
Wiz is
and he
classic.
could do the radio shit. Like he could go make a radio hit if he want. He could
Y'all
go
know
make.
and the crazy
like-
thing is, Wiz, all you talk about is weed. And Cub blew up off this. I'm talking
Nah,
about
for
weed.
sure. He's one of the only rappers besides Currency and Snoop who blew up off the weed
That's their
bag.
brand, yeah.
Like that's his brand, and his brand was able to be taken to the mainstream off of that. Like he's
Taylor
the one who
gang.
got everybody smoking papers. Him and Currency.
To
They
keep it 100,
utilized that game. Everybody on the West was smoking blunts. Everybody on the blunts was, you know what I'm saying? He got everybody
Swishers.
smoking papers.
Nah, Wiz definitely got some shit. I'm still waiting. People sleep on it, but I'm still waiting on Wayne to drop his shit. No matter where Wayne's at in life, I always have
You
to
really,
give,
you really waiting for it?
Yes, I always got to give Wayne an opportunity to drop some shit,
Y'all-
hoping that he can get back in a certain
Do y'all
bag.
think it's gonna be the same as the first Cushion OJ, or is it gonna sound outdated? or
That
is it
that
gonna
was
sound
my
updated?
thing. Like niggas gotta, cause that's what happened with YG, right? Like the new Just Read Up. It's like sometimes you gotta. I get it. You get in a moment where maybe you get nostalgic, but it could. But at the same time, I don't have the hopes of it sounding that way because it's a whole different time of your life. Like it's hard to recreate that to me. And then the fans are going to be looking at this shit with a 10 times magnifying glass because of the first one. So it's going to be hard for it to live up to the expectations
I
of the
think
first Cushion
Frankie,
OJ. Yeah.
Never Been.
Come on, bro, like-
Mesmerized. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
We used
to slap
every
that
song
shit.
on that album is a banger, and I hate that the clearances on some of them didn't get cleared, and they had to swap the beats on the Apple Music.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
what
the
I was
same
gonna
as
say.
the original.
Right,
No.
but I think he can recreate that because, like I said, most of that is really just gonna be dependent on his beat selection. He got to put you in that same type of vibe. Other than that, the things he talks about, he still talks about. He's talked about bitches, money, and hoes, or some weed. So I don't think it's not. Too
I think
much
the
that he can't
nostalgic is gonna
recreate.
get us. I don't know if it's gonna be as hype because let's just be real. Rap is low key like a young man's game. So I mean, we'll probably appreciate it because we're growing with the music with our favorite artists. But rap is low key like a young man game. Even with like Snoop kind of came up with the album.
I hate
Missionary.
that we use that.
we
I
gotta
hate
kill
that we
that
start
slogan.
using that like it's a young man's game because a lot of the old heads rap better than the young
They
heads.
do, but I'm talking about as far as like sales wise and what's being really pushed. Again,
See,
music.
but we
Number
not-
one
we ain't
artist is all
but-
older artists.
Exactly, and we're not even talking about. We just talking about the people like us that's going to appreciate it. We ain't
No,
fuck
yo,
the
I'm
sales and shit. Can it be a good album just as the first one was? Because we don't fault this nigga Wayne with making 6 Carter 6s. Niggas ain't saying it was an old man game.
I don't know.
then.
I don't.
I'm
but
just
see, I
saying
don't, I don't
most.
think,
But
I don't
niggas
think
ain't
Wayne
rocking
got
with
it
them
no more,
Carters
bro.
like that after 3.
Yeah,
Nah,
I
I know that, but I
I
don't
think
think
Wayne
I'm
got
not.
it.
I remember 4.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is people have recreated all they mixtapes. Fab, Soul Tapes, he did 3 of them.
True.
You know what I mean? There is no competition. 1, 2, and 3. Like people have done this. We just ain't did it
He ain't
yet.
done it yet.
But I think it's the time gap because them soul
I know you
tapes
waited
was
so
pretty
long.
close together.
Yes. The
Matter
soul
of
tapes
fact,
was year after year
where
after
is
year.
Fab, bro?
Fab still dropping
Chilling,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He dropped the
But he ain't
vacation
dropping
vlog
the tapes.
videos
Yeah.
that whole last year. I'm thinking he coming with a new project and then he just fell back again.
Fab just he letting this. I think he letting this air a little die out real quick.
'Cause Fab gotta-
because he knows you dropping singles right now. So I think people not even appreciating the mixtape game as much. So I think Fab is just is
But I
playing
keep saying
back.
there is no mixtape game no more. It's either it's an EP or it's your official
Album.
Yeah.
There's no more mixtape.
Yep.
Because there's no,
Yeah,
there's
I count the EPs, whatever you drop, as a mixtape. If it's not an official album through the labels and shit like that, or you're not promoting your album, I look at all that as the same as the mixtapes.
See, because they already I do, but then I don't because the mixtapes, you have the freestyles of other people's beats. Like these EPs, it's just going to Apple Music.
Oh,
Like,
now you're right, because you
I'm-
got to pick your own beats.
Yeah, you got to pick your own beat. So everything became an album. But Fab has to drop a classic album before he retires, bro. That's gonna be a stain on his jacket. It's gonna be like AI. He was one of the greatest, but never won the chip. Randy Moss, one of the greatest, but never won the chip.
See, some people gonna argue with you, and they gonna say Real Talk was a classic album, and a lot of those
I like Real Talk.
Loso's Way and different types. Some people really
Them
felt like
it wasn't classic.
I agree, but some people feel like they was. I just think, like I say, with Fab,
Reasonable Doubt, Stillmatic. You know what I'm saying? What is
You talking about like great
But-
albums?
I'm like hip hop.
Nah, I know what you're saying, but Reasonable Doubt that had to grow over time for people. People didn't.
I think, yeah,
People felt
I
like
think the
people felt
Blueprint
like
is
that
better.
So
was
say Blueprint then.
yeah. People felt like that wasn't even a classic album for certain
So
certain
certain
people.
albums like The Chronic, you can say Get Rich or Die Trying. Certain albums you
Doggy
throw out
Style.
there, Doggy Style,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Those are albums right there with you. If you know hip hop, those are albums that's gonna be at the top of the game. You know, Ready to Die, All Eyes on
All
Me.
Eyes
Certain,
on Me,
it's
yeah.
That's
just,
what I
Yeah.
mean.
And
When
so-
Fab has to
So
step
Yeah, he has
Fab,
to- yeah.
so Fab, I feel like even with them soul tapes, he could have made them albums. So what I was getting at with Fabulous, I believe all he has to do is keep his mixtape presence and make it an album. Because I think sometimes he try to go a little more commercial when it comes to his albums. He keep the mixtape Funeral Fab, and he gonna drop something. He gonna drop something hot. Because even these little freestyles he put on YouTube, them
Hey, can I
motherfuckers
ask
be
y'all a
classics.
question? No, I don't know how much time we got left though, but like, if you had to give an education to like, we got kids, right? So if you want to tell your kids, I remember you saying the other day, your kids were Shazamming the music you playing, right? If you had to give your kids 3 albums to listen to that you bump, what are 3 albums you're going to recommend youth to listen to that you grew up?
What albums though? We talking about rap?
Yeah,
Rap?
rap. So like, say if you want to teach your nephews,
Victory
right?
Lap is gonna be number 1.
So you were saying Victor, so that's one.
Well, that's their era though. We got to go
It
before
don't
that
matter.
because they grew up.
You
on
said
that.
what
It
album?
is,
What
but I
album
don't think it
recommend?
is like that.
You don't think Nip is these kids' eras? My kids 15 and 13.
Yeah, now they listen to
For
Nipsey.
sure that's in their era.
They knew Nipsey. I remember my niece was probably
Yeah, we was
7 or 8.
bumping
Yeah,
Nipsey,
she
but-
knew about
Right,
Nipsey.
yeah,
like-
Nip is low key kind of part of the era because they was like young when Nip, when Victory
and
Lap
even
came.
when he started exploding though.
but still, so you'll say Victory Lap. What's the other 2?
I gotta need a second. Y'all just go.
What
get
about
one,
you then,
one,
Kyle?
one.
I
gotta
say
think about it.
Victory. I think All Eyes on Me,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna do. That's tough. For me, it might be like something I really enjoyed.
No, just an album where you feel like this is like hip hop, like this is good music right here, like this is what the golden age of hip hop.
Am I giving them
That's
like you
so-
said?
yeah,
Am I
that's-
giving
that's
them?
like-
education
Am I giving
course.
them? That's what I'm saying. So
like just a good like.
Ooh, this is a good question, but I've
Because
done
it-
this and they don't appreciate that era. They
So
call
what's
it
yours
trash.
then? Bob? I'm curious because I got what's yours, man.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay, that's a good one.
yeah, get what y'all trying.
Get Rich
That
or
was
Die
one of
Trying
them
is on
ones.
there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not an education course.
No, that's an education
y'all mean
course.
education like
'Cause it got
No,
hood.
like this is music. This
Yeah,
what
it got
music supposed to
hooks,
sound
All
like.
right, yeah,
I'll say
okay.
Good
Because I'm
Kid,
thinking you talking
All
about like
Eyes.
far as is it a message out of the music? Yeah, because
No, like,
yeah,
this is good music, this is rap.
Yeah,
All
all
right,
right.
so look, you took All Eyes on Me, so I'm not gonna say it.
I say
I'm
Good
gonna
Kid,
go
Mad
with me.
City.
I'm gonna go with Me Against the World. What pop?
Okay, that's a good
I'm
one.
gonna go. What's Biggie's second before he died? Ready to Die. No, not
Ready
Ready
to
to Die.
Die?
No, Life After Death.
Life After Death.
I'll do that one, and then to like Bring It Home on some like
Are
just.
you bumping that on the regular though?
No,
It got cuts on there.
I think
bro.
a lot of
What you
niggas just be
talking
saying.
Yeah,
it.
don't
No,
just
no,
say
no,
it 'cause
no,
it's
niggas-
both.
A lot of
Me
people.
Against-
This
no,
is
no,
yours.
Me
Because
Against the- Me Against the World is one of my
Nah,
favorite.
because
albums.
These are West
No,
Coast ass niggas.
Yeah,
So you
no,
naming
that's
that?
like Cuban
No,
shit.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. I do. No.
I be hearing
Me
these
Against
niggas,
the World.
not just you, but even when I be seeing like the clips of people, like they be comparing like All Eyes on Me and Life After Death. Life After Death wasn't like just. It's a great album.
No,
I'm
it
gonna give you
got
that.
Bone and Biggie. It's Bone and Biggie. It
I'm
got
giving
cuts
music
on there.
I grew up on and I was acting.
What I'm
No,
listening
y'all
to.
laughing. That shit do be knocking.
No,
though.
that's
yeah,
one of my
I'm
favorite
not-
No,
songs.
that's a
Let's
safe
ride,
answer
let's
though.
ride,
For
hip
niggas
hop.
to say any
All right,
big or
Because I
pop,
feel
that's
like
too
even
safe.
saying All Eyes on Me,
Hey,
but
all right,
that's a great
So
album.
you want to say West Coast shit, nigga? DJ Quick, Safer Sound, nigga. That's
Safer
a
Sound.
hard.
I
That's
fuck
a
with that.
hard.
That's
we don't
a
gotta
great
keep- we don't
album.
gotta keep
That's
it
a great
West Coast,
album.
But I'm a West Coast. But
That's
he
a
know
great
I
album.
bump that.
I
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
DJ Quick.
Pick
Don't
what you
let that
said.
nigga change your mind.
That's a
No,
great
but
album.
You said what you said,
No,
nigga.
no, but no.
Don't let
That's
that
a great
nigga go
album, though.
straight
That's
to
a
the
great
West.
ass
That's
album.
my 3. Because he
I don't know,
took
3
All
songs
Eyes
off
on Me.
that
I'm gonna do
motherfucker.
Good Kid,
Oh, you
All Eyes on Me,
tripping.
and I might
You don't
for
know
me,
that
I probably
shit?
do
Is what
Mailbox
I don't
on
eat.
it.
Is I don't eat it all that on there.
Yeah, I don't
think
eat
Good
it.
Oh, I know. I know
Good
what I'm
Kid,
talking
Mad
about.
City.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
What's
that
the
album.
For my
Yeah.
era,
When
yeah,
he
that's
gets
for me
NCAA
like
too.
coming
Okay,
up.
Dollars and
That's where
Cents.
it's
Yeah,
at.
that was a banger.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
I'm
was a
saying.
banger. That was a
That shit got
classic.
some
Yeah.
shit on
I'm
it.
looking at
The
Good
Whole
Kid
You.
as they era.
What you mean?
It don't-
I'm looking at Good Kid, Mad City, they era. Because
Nah,
what year Good Kid came out?
2012 or 11. These niggas is
Damn, that's
born
that
in.
far back?
Yeah, that's what
That
I be
was-
like. That shit 10, 12 years
My
ago.
daughter was born in 09.
Yeah, like
myself
they
was born
wasn't.
in
They wasn't.
2010.
I was in high school
So what's
bumping
your
Good
2 though?
Kid,
Because you
Mad
still
City.
ain't gave us.
He lucky named the next one. So I'm gonna go with
Damn, I
Nip.
forgot DMX. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I gotta go.
I forgot DMX.
I gotta go with
Anything
X.
you
which
say, you
album?
gonna-
I gotta go with X with
But for me, it's gonna be that the Great Depression for me by DMX. The
Great Depression is.
Hey, man,
Shorty.
We only did it.
Dark and Hell is Hot is that one
And the
though.
Grand Champ. Fuck.
Grand
Oh,
Champ.
his shit. Dark as Hell is Hot.
Dark and Hell is Hot is the rawest.
I used to listen to that into the pen every day.
still listen to that.
Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna take Biggie out. I'm gonna put the Grand Champ
because
for
what
DMX.
album was Slipping on?
I
I think that was there when there was X.
No,
That might have been the Great Depression, huh?
I think it might have been Great Depression. It was after it's Dark and Hell
that
is
DJ
Hot.
Because
Quick
I
album is
used to-
crazy though. You got cuts on there.
Ain't shit. Even for Sugar Free Street Gospel, my nigga.
I was just
nigga
gonna say
sleep on
Street
that, my
Gospel,
nigga.
cuz.
Come on.
Street Gospel is slept on. He don't get his credit. That is a certified classic.
That's what y'all giving to y'all kids?
Listen, hey, nigga, yes.
Y'all giving the pimping? Y'all giving the
Hold on.
Anderson?
I listened to that as a kid.
Me too.
I know.
I was in the 7th grade. Every
rather
house
give you my
party.
Nah, we
They were playing
did.
Sugar Free, nigga,
Nah,
for
we
sure.
listen to all that. I'm just saying that.
Back when you used to have to walk the block on the weekends and to listen to the music or the party over there, and you just walk in the back, fight to get in. Nigga, on the set.
No, for real.
Nigga, we used to walk to listen to
funny.
music on the block to find the house parties, cuz. Like, it's different.
Damn.
Get Rich or Die Trying for sure.
That's a good one. That's for sure.
Cause I'm trying to think when I was a kid.
Nothing hit the air for that.
Blueprint.
Yeah.
I got to give one up for the West, cuz. What West albums I listen?
Oh, you-
I-
nigga be
yeah,
fuck with
what
the
was
East
that?
Coast. Nigga be fuck with the East Coast shit on the low more.
Because I was an East
That's
Coast
what they was
nigga.
more. I
But
think
we
they
wasn't-
was.
But what about the documentary? That's a West Coast album.
Oh,
Ain't it?
documentary.
You see what I'm saying?
Documentary.
I fuck with a lot
Yep,
of
the
West Coast.
game, the documentary. Yep.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like me, I can fuck
Ooh,
with.
I don't know, cuz I left Stillmatic out.
Damn.
You gotta say 5, cuz. 3.
No, I know.
Yeah, that was
three is
crazy.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why it's
don't think
taking
we
me
should
so
all pick-
long.
Which one is corrupt? We had the West
Calling
Coast
out-
side, the East, and the East Coast CD.
So y'all ain't giving up Doggy Style?
Doggy's. I think the Chronic was better than Doggy
I
Style.
didn't listen to Doggy Style like that. Yes, I
the,
did.
the Doggy Style was
singles.
fire, but I think the Chronic is better than the Doggy Style. If you ask me, even though
Chronic
Snoop,
2001.
No, the first. Well, Chronic 2001.
Chronic 2001 was better.
That one
I'm
got
giving them
bangers.
Chronic
That
2001.
one got
Chronic
bangers.
2001 was
Chronic
better.
2001.
But no, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about Doggy Style and the Chronic. They came out like a year apart, like a year or two apart. You know what I'm saying? So I would say the Chronic is better than Doggy Style, but
Bro.
Chronic 2001 is fire.
I might give him Marshall Mathers LP.
yeah.
Probably gonna hate it, cuz, but
I mean,
nigga,
you know.
Marshall Mathers LP.
I'll go with the 8-Mile soundtrack
It's
before I
a-
go with
no,
that.
You
The
got
8-Mile
soundtrack.
soundtrack was fire.
Go play
Marshall
Marshall Mathers
Mathers
LP
was way
cuz
better.
it's crazy. Damn, that's hard.
The Eminem show is my favorite Slim Shady album, my nigga. The Eminem show is like the hardest Eminem album.
I don't know. Marshall Mathers did it for me.
Marshall
cuz.
Mathers had The Way I Am and all that on
Yeah,
there, right?
Way I Am, all that. The one with Exhibit in them. Exhibit had a banger.
Exhibit, yeah.
Before I found out he was from New Kirky.
Yeah,
Albuquerque.
shut the fuck That nigga from Detroit, whatever.
That one album, I was in 9th grade when that dropped. That was a banger.
Yeah.
I'm for sure putting Good Kid, Mad City up
shit
there.
out there, bro.
I
I'ma
just
put
feel
it.
like that's too current.
Who?
Good Kid, Mad City. It
Shit.
feel like current to me.
I don't
Because
think
you
so.
feel like-
Because kids right now is just now discovering that. Like, what? I didn't even know nothing about this. Niggas barely know about To Pimp a Butterfly. That shit came out in 13, 14?
And my kids
That's
listen.
10
They
years
listen
ago.
to a lot of that shit. I ain't gonna lie. They be listening to Get Rich or Die Trying.
You still ain't gave us R2 though, Messiah. You been kind of quiet though. You said,
Oh, I did. Nigga.
Which one?
I said Nip,
all right, Victory Lap.
and I took his other one, Get Rich or Die Trying.
All right.
And I don't know. Cause
See what I'm saying? You keep saying you did.
The reason
Nah,
I
I did
didn't
because
say
I
Nip is
did.
because Nip, I felt like they grew up with Nip.
Yeah, I don't care. This is who I'm gonna give it
Felt
to.
like I don't
so.
give a fuck. Come
Yeah.
on my
Yeah,
Blacc
but he
Sam
still,
shit.
ain't, he still ain't said the third one though. That's the thing about
You
it.
ain't said 3. We just all
What you
started
mean?
naming a
I
gang of
did.
different
You said Safe and
albums,
Sound.
nigga.
What else you
No,
say?
he didn't, because he
I said
changed
Safe
his
and
whole mindset, nigga.
No,
when
I
he
said
talking
Safe and
about-
Sound.
You
Safe
said
and Sound
Quick,
was a-
nigga, that was it.
I said Safe and Sound.
What was the
I
C
said
Murder
Big-
album?
I ain't
Nah,
never
you
fucked
ain't
with
picking
Murder,
C Murder.
bro.
Cuz trying to go out the
All right, bro. Bro, just said C Murder.
Hey,
Get out of here, bro.
sleeping.
Nah, bro. I fuck with BG
C
before I
Murder
fuck
got
with
a
C
low
Murder,
key
bro.
classic. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I had a neighbor who thought he was Master P. Fool, we
all
started
right, then
Master
I'm
P.
gonna give him 400 degrees.
Back that ass up. All right.
You talking about? You only think that on 400 degrees?
No, I'm saying no. 400 degrees is fire, my nigga.
Life
got
or death,
bangers,
nigga. C Murder, Life or Death. I don't care what nobody said. That's a banger, nigga.
All right, I'm gonna say BG True Story, nigga. When he first came out, when he was 12 years old, nigga, we can just all say shit, my nigga. But C Murder is not no album you gonna give
No,
your
I ain't
kids.
gonna give it to him. I'm just saying
It's a
people
good
don't talk
album, but
about it enough.
But at the end of the day, that's not an album you gonna tell your kids to go bump to go fuck with hip hop.
Hip hop for sure. Stillmatic.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Stillmatic
Because I'm
was
gonna
a
sound like
banger.
an East Coast nigga, bro.
Nigga, say what you gonna say. Like he's
Now you
No.
gonna sound like you, nigga.
No,
Don't
I'm
try to
saying
say that.
I don't want to leave out the West.
You already said the
you said the
documentary.
documentary.
the documentary, but then what's that Cube album?
You talking
And
about
then-
you talking about America's Most
but what's
Wanted?
crazy?
America's Most
But
Wanted.
what's
Put that in
crazy?
there.
Y'all talk about the documentary, but Game raps like an East Coast nigga.
But it's still West Coast production
Yeah.
though. That's a Drake production.
But you have 50 all over that motherfucker too.
Hey, look, I'm gonna really sit down and think about this,
Yeah,
man.
we gotta come
Viewers,
back to
VwP
this.
members,
Yeah.
y'all let us know what's y'all top three.
Top three?
Top three.
That's a good one.
What's
nigga.
your official top three?
Off the top of my head right now, I'll go with Me Against the World. That's one of my favorite Tupac albums. I want to say All Eyes on Me, but you
Oh,
said
I did say my other one. I said DMX. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Them the three I'm getting. Nip, DMX, and Get What You Die Trying, man. I don't care what y'all want to say, East Coast music or whatever, nigga. That's what it is, nigga. Nip, Victory Lap 1. Get What You Die Trying 2. It's Dark and Hell is Hot 3. I was just listening to that on the way here, nigga. On the set. So I'm rocking with that, man.
I gotta sit down and really think about it.
We can run it back. Top 3 is crazy.
Because
though.
whoever you leave, you leaving off
A lot of people.
I know, but that's the point. I gotta put you on your
top
list.
3 is crazy. Even when we talk about, we got to talk about top 5 best or alive. Word to Jada. We can't just do
you leaving
top
off
3. Yeah,
Kiss out of
come on, man. It's too many
It's tough.
niggas. Then we got to do albums and we got to do mixtapes. We got to go mixtapes really because mixtapes we
It's
can
where
bring
there's a lot of
everybody
work.
in
Yeah,
there.
it's a lot of
We
good
can bring
shit.
because we can bring the Stacks, we can bring the Jays, we can bring the Fabs.
I'll
we
tell
can
you
bring
who ain't
them.
gonna be in there. Freddie Gibbs.
Hey, nah, I want to say one thing though, like I was telling you before, man. Hey, tap in with us, man. We coming with this VwP merch, man. This is one of the shirts, Strength and Honor. Y'all know what we're
VwP,
standing on,
baby.
man.
Viral
Shout out to all the
baby.
VwP members that already been tapping in and grabbing.
Shout out to C Murder too. Shout out to C Murder too,
Shout out
man.
to C Murder.
Easy.
Oh man,
Cuz
this nigga said C Murder, man.
Yeah, Cuz trying to say.
Yeah, nigga, that nigga just
Cuz
do
trying to win
shit.
some.
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thuggin' hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitch is bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.